Alrighty, how are we, guys? Back for another live stream. I know, exciting. Big game today, I actually think. Both teams, GWS got back into a little bit of form just before the bye against Geelong. Hawthorn obviously being one of the informed teams in the comp right now. A lot of talk about them. So, interesting contest down in Tassie today as well. So, don't think Giants have played too many games down there. I know they won a final against the Sydney Swans down there a couple of years ago. Won't talk about that, though. Big game. I've actually tipped Hawthorn today, so I think they're in hot form. I think it's hard to pick against them. The Giants, I know they won against Geelong, but Geelong haven't been in the greatest of form so far in the last 4 or 5 weeks, so kind of the reason why I've gone Hawthorn today. But I think it's going to be a really good contest. How you doing, Brendan? Did I ever tell you my name? Probably. It doesn't really matter. Stalker. No. I'd rather people call me Dylan. I probably should mention that more instead of saying Boundary or Riders or whatever. So, anyway. Here we go. UTAS Stadium. Saturday afternoon football. Both teams coming off big wins. And here we go. Bounce goes down. First tap. Goes Hawthorn's way. Don't go as far as Callahan. Green. Handball out wide. And the Giants will get the first clearance forward through Haynes. Wide ball. A little bit too far wide. And goes out on the full. So, be a free kick going to Hawthorn. Yeah, not doing too bad, man, for a Saturday. Josh Weddle will get the free kick, by the way. Who'd you tip today, Brendan? So now Weddle sends a high ball now for half forward. Chol is there, got the hands up, spoiled away there by Himmelberg, hits the ground. Well done there, Deer. They're working out the back here, Hawthorn. And now Ginnivan sends it towards the forward 50. Chol going back to a good grab. They got the numbers at the back here, Hawthorn. Chol tries to play on. Steps past 3 players with relative ease. Sends a spiral inside the forward 50. The chaos ball. Himmelberg can track it down. Good pressure here from Hawthorn, but the Giants link up through hands very nicely. And they can get outside the defensive 50 through Peatling. Works it out wide to Ward back in the team today. Short little ball to Callum Brown. So you're going for Hawthorn as well, have you? So Hawthorn, early stages have the territory. But now to center wing out of side. Now the Giants have it through Callum Ward back in the team today. And he works it in short now to Whitfield, who can drive a long ball inside the forward 50. Hawthorn have the numbers here, and Sicily, working into some form the last 3 weeks, takes a good intercept mark. And he wants to go, switches it out to half-back now to Ginnivan. Doesn't have a lot of options down this commentary side wings. We're just going to send a long ball for Chol. Did well to bring it to ground, fighting for it. Giants have the numbers here, but Hawthorn fighting as always. And Hardwick sees it out of bounds. Nick Haynes getting back into a bit of form. Back into the side the last couple of years, been on the outer. Back in today. They look good in Tassie. Yeah, I agree with that too. So throws it back in here. Briggs taps it straight down. Straight to Peatling. Green didn't have hands on it. Almost got held without it. Then handballs it. He's going to be pinged. So Tom Green gives away the free kick for insufficient intent. Will go Hawthorn's way. So Connor Nash take the free. So now Nash. He'll send a high ball now once again. Looking for Chol. He's looked good early. He takes the mark just outside forward 50. He's got a couple of options. Hooks the ball across his body for more, but it's not really in his grasp. Charles looked good early. He's already had a couple of touches. Looked really smooth on the footy. So now Hawthorn can lock it in. Also got a pretty big fan base down in Tassie as well. Pretty decent crowd today. Whitfield gets the handball out to Haynes, who dropped it. Got a bit lucky there, Deer. Immediately tackled. Ball up. So locked up in the forward pocket here. Reeves won it down to Ginnivan. He's dangerous in this situation, but couldn't hook it back enough there. Goes out on the full. Oh no, it was touched off the boot. So it'll be a ball in again here in this right forward pocket here for the Hawks. A lot of dangerous players at this stoppage for Hawthorn. They've got Ginnivan, Day, Moore, Jath off the back of it, Impey as well. Want to be on the ball here, the Giants. Haynes tried to gather there. Again, it'll be locked up. So pretty tight early stages of the first quarter. Oh, my neck. Briggs again won it down. Taps it out to the outer ring of the stoppage. More wrapped up. And it's going to be in the back, so it's going to be a free kick here to Dylan Moore in the pocket. What a performance he had last week. Kicked the 5 goals against the Crows. And this could be the perfect start here for the Hawks. How you doing, Luke Ultra? Moore been in All-Australian form the last 3 or 4 weeks. He'll come around the body on the left. Didn't get a lot on it. I think he's got it home. Connor Iden, he didn't get much on that kick there, Dylan Moore. I think he kicked it from 25 metres out, and he's barely made the distance. So, looks... I don't even know what the call was, but... Oh, that's just going to be cool touched. That is a millimetre from being behind the goalpost padding, but because it's not behind the padding, that counts as the line, and it's going to be called a behind. So, unlucky there for Dylan Moore. Should go to the Giants today, but Hawks have been unpredictable. Yeah, I've gone Hawthorn today. But I think it will be interesting to see how the Giants go in this game. How you doing, Defner? Can you say hi? Hey. So the Giants can link up through the commentary side wing here. Bedford inside handball was a bit dangerous. They link up okay. Himmelberg shrugs the tackle of Gunston. Works the kick out wide. Not the greatest ball. Bounces in front of him. Did well here, Hawthorn. Trying to gather it there was Hardwick. And the Giants can get away here. Whitfield, usually a good user inside the forward 50. Great kick. Hits up Jesse Hogan. He's just inside the forward 50 here, Jesse Hogan. He's in decent form. He'll have to kick from outside 50. It's probably worse, just a little bit worse than a 45-degree angle here. But you wouldn't count him out. What about good 18 months from Jesse Hogan? Breathe a new lease on life. He's going to set it up to the top of a goal square here. 2-on-2. Great mark from Ned Reeves going across. Cuts that one off. Fighting for a spot with Lloyd Meek. Was taken out of the team a couple of weeks ago through injury. So Ned Reeves gets his chance. He works it short to Impey in the back pocket. So Impey's going to switch the play going wide to Jaff. Couldn't take the mark. Good pressure there from Callum Brown. But it's going to be a hold free kick to Jaff. He works it back inside. They want to go quickly. It wasn't the greatest kick. Dave's been paid the mark. He's been in hot form since returning to the team from injury earlier in the season. Gives off the handball to Weddle, who wants to go for a run as always. Works it wide to Sicily, who goes for the long kick. Good option. Good mark from Newcomb. Inside handball. McDonald wants to go in board. It's a great kick there to Chol. He's got options aplenty. He works it long. Ginnivan out the back. He got great spoil there from Iden. Brings it to ground. Where? He can track it down here and the Giants can clear. Nice spiral kick, but Newcomb locks it in. Just outside 50 here, John Newcomb. Gives it off to the sick dog in Sicily, who can drive it long. Leaves it to the right-hand side. Abigail Charles looking brilliant so far in this game. So now the Giants clear outside the defensive 50. Wide ball for Ward. Got almost cut off there by D'Ambrosio. Couldn't take the mark. Ward worried him out of it. The kick dribbling outside, and then eventually Scrimshaw sees it out of bounds. So just 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. Been a tight start to this game. Hawthorn have threatened, just haven't been able to get a major on the scoreboard at this stage. Briggs takes it out of the ruck, got a handball out the back to Daniels, and now the Giants can link up through O'Halloran. He sends it long inside towards Riccardi. He couldn't take the mark. Giants have the numbers out the back here. One of them is Hogan, who goes to ground at the crucial stage and eventually trickles out of bounds. Hogan just couldn't keep his feet there. A little bit unlucky there for Jesse Hogan. They're locked up in this left forward pocket here, the Giants. So tussle up again, the ruckman. Reeves taps it forward and now cleared for the Hawthorn through Impey. Lear can gather. Just missed the handball there to Tom Green. He was the hero a couple of weeks ago. Hawthorn, terrible handball by McDonald. Cut off by Himmelberg. The low dart inside 50. Great work from Impey to get across. Caused the spoil. Bedford taps it out to Toby Green. Just couldn't grab it cleanly. Nash. Toby Green looking for the higher one. Not going to get it. It'll be a ball up inside the forward 50 here for GWS. So who's going to get the first goal in this game? Great work there from Jarman Impey. Get in front of Jesse Hogan there to just stop that mark. So now trickles out the stoppage. Day's handball a little bit too hot for his teammate. It bounces out now, but Hawthorn can clear. Wide ball on the bounce. Will it stay in bounds? It won't. Umpire's going to run straight towards this one and pay insufficient intent. That's twice already in this game. So now the Giants want to switch the play. Now Connor Iden at centre half back. Works it out wide. They can now go long with this one. High ball to half forward for Callum Brown and Riccardi, and it's spoiled out of bounds there by Jack Scrimshaw. So throw it back in again, about 60 out here from the Giants' goal. One down by Briggs, but now Day streams away from the stoppage. Pushed as he kicked it, wasn't paid, a free kick in the back. He worked it down the ground. Don't pay insufficient intent. Oh, you idiot. Will Day got pushed as he kicked it, and he paid... Oh, far out. Whatever. So it's a free kick against Will Day on the outer wing here. We'll go to Connor Iden. Christ's sakes. He sends a high ball towards half forward. Weddle couldn't mark, but landed like a cat. Handball out to D'Ambrosio, worried out of it by Ward. Hogan again goes to ground. And now the Hawks can go through Day. Had a couple of handball options. Wanted to make the right call. He did well, Nash. And now D'Ambrosio. In fact, it's Amon. Works it forward now to McDonald. Don't know about the rat's tail, but love the way this guy goes about it. McDonald works it inside the forward 50 brilliantly. And Jack Ginnivan, an opportunity here to get the first goal of the game. So now Jack Ginnivan moves to Hawthorn in the off-season, grew up as a kid barracking for the Hawks. Don't know many players who have been in the headlines over 50 games more than Jack Ginnivan. Been a live wire. Can he get on the board early? He comes in. Kick looks pretty good. It's going to hold that right goalpost and fade just late. So a couple of opportunities here for Hawthorn going begging. So now the Giants again going to clear outside the defensive 50. Hogan getting up the ground, took a good mark. So I don't think the Hawks will be too concerned if Jesse Hogan takes all these disposals at half-back today. He'll drive it long though. Reeves getting back. Did well Riccardi to bring it to ground. Callahan over the head handball. Looked okay. Green got a high one. Should have got a free kick. Play on. Now the Giants can work it inside the forward 50. All on his own there was Thomas. Couldn't mark. Hawthorn trying to scramble it out of there, but Thomas did brilliantly. O'Halloran over the shoulder, snaps it towards goal, and he gets it home. Giants get the first goal of the afternoon. So a little bit against the run of play there for the Giants, but O'Halloran kicks a nice goal. And after Hawthorn wasted a few opportunities early, Hawthorn make them pay on the scoreboard. So actually just mentioning the subs today, Luke Bruce, once again, the veteran Hawk, is going to be the sub for them, and McMullen is the sub for the Giants. So Hawthorn just have to work out their ways forward at the moment. They're getting it in there. Just got to start getting some goals on the scoreboard. Reeves won it down. Warple wrapped up brilliantly in the middle by Peatley, and he's pinned. Had an arm free, and Warple's been made to pay for that one. So Peatling, short ball's dangerous. D'Ambrosio read it like a book. Did brilliantly. Gives it back to McDonald, who works it out wide. Charles got to gather it on the bounce. Did brilliantly. The smarts to tap it forward, and then left the ball behind. So now they can link up here, the Giants. Taylor and Himmelberg over the top. Nice looking ball. Hits up Riccardi. So he wants to switch the play. The low dart inside to Whitfield. And the handball, they link up through Callahan. The smooth mover went to give on hands. Then a short little kick inside 50 was brilliant. And now Jesse Hogan has a lot of options. But he says, boys, I'll take this one back. Great use there from Callahan. He went to give a handball, but decided he can take his territory, working inside the forward 50. And now Jesse Hogan's looked dangerous early. Chance here for the Giants to get their second. So he'll kick from just inside 50, straight in front of goal. He comes in, umpire tends to shuffle, and he's kicked it to the left-hand side. So he's had a couple of opportunities early, Jesse Hogan. Should have kicked that one. He's kicked straight this year as well. So now Scrimshaw. He'll work it onto the outer wing here. High ball. Spoiled forward there by Himmelberg to the 50. Green handball inside missed. And Weddle sends a tumble punt forward. And in front is Moore. He takes it in the center of Utah's. Wilson goes. Long ball for Gunston out the back. Great work there from Hawthorn. That rebounding football was brilliant. Got to turn the light on to make myself look pretty. So now Jack Gunston played game 250 last week. The fairy tale finished kicking the last goal of the game. He goes towards goal now. It's fading. Back into the goal square. Deer almost dragged it down. Ware can get out of trouble. The Giants get away with one there in an Angwin. Wide ball, Jathan a one-on-one. Couldn't take the mark. It ricochets out the back and out of bounds. Jack Gunston, probably a bit surprised he didn't get the distance on that one. Deer tried to take that mark. Never really had a hold of it. Got a bit unlucky. Just couldn't drag it down. Nash was also taken out of that marking contest. Probably deserved a free kick, but get a little bit more leeway on the goal line. Umpire throws it in. Didn't get to either of the ruckmen. Peatling tried to smash it forward. So does Tom Green. He grabs it off the ground. Got beaten by his own teammate in Bedford, who tries to drive forward like a battering ram. It'll be a ball up. So just under 10 minutes in this first quarter of tick by. Callahan working through the back of the stoppage. Back to Angwin and now Tom Green. The kick inside's a terrible option. Turned it straight over. D'Ambrosio works it in short. Nash got no one standing on the mark. Gives off the handball. It was a terrible option there to McKenzie. He has to give it back to Nash, who works a short ball on the perimeter of 50 to Newcomb. Too far out to score. He's got Dylan Moore working into some space in the pocket. Not going to go there. May just set this one up for Chol. I think that's where he's going to go now, Newcomb. He goes long. Chol goes up! Drags it down! He started brilliantly, Mabior Chol. That's a brilliant mark. Been a bit of a journeyman, Mabior Chol. Finds himself at Hawthorn this year. And he's given him something in the last 5 or 6 weeks. So Chol comes in to finish off the perfect play for the Hawks. The slow approach from 20 metres out. Nails the goal. Well done, Mabior. So Hawthorn finally get there first. He may have been questioned earlier in the year when Hawthorn were out of form, but he's starting to hit his straps now in the brown and gold. No, he almost dropped it in the air. But don't worry about that bit. Mabior did well to turn his backside into the camera so no one could see him nearly fumble that. But he's had a brilliant start to this game. So 2-point lead to Hawthorn. Just under 8 minutes to go in this first quarter. Reeves won it down again, but streaming through the stoppage was Toby Green. Sends a tumble, punter half forward. Oh, he dragged it down there, Bedford. Wasn't paid. Sicily back to Amon, and he works it to half back, now D'Ambrosio. Works it in short to Warple. And all on his own in the middle of the ground is Will Day. He can go, usually a good user. He'll go to right half forward with the kick, 2-on-1. Couldn't take the mark. There was McDonald. Jaff tried to worry Ware out of it. Did really well. McDonald out the back. Hawthorn can work this one forward. Not a great looking kick. And cut off there well by Kieran Briggs. So the Giants here in the back pocket. So Haynes and now Whitfield has it. Whitfield had a bit of a sluggish couple of weeks when he got tagged by James Jordan. But he's worked back into the season. Foot in the back there from Toby Green. Wasn't paid. Play on, and now he can work it forward through Peatling. Short little ball. The Giants work it up nicely. Hogan gives it back to Peatling, who takes a bounce. He'll get it on the bounce. That's a pretty good kick inside 50. And now Callum Brown stubbed his toe. Tried to work the kick inside. It was a terrible option. Just had to take it back. And now Hawthorn on the counter. Weddle down the wing. Wasn't paid to Moore. Got worried out of it by Lecalier. D'Ambrosio did well. McKenzie shrugs the tackle. Missed the handball though. Bedford coming through. Tapped it onto Tom Green. Toby Green couldn't grab it. D'Ambrosio did well. Nash just got a kick away. D'Ambrosio handball over the top, and now the Hawks can go. Moore gives it off. Gathers it now, in fact. Just missed the grabber. And now wrapped up by Haynes. Did well. Lecalier knocks it out of bounds. Both teams in a real arm wrestle so far in this one. Only seen 2 goals in it. We see the ball on the outer side here. So it looks like Tom Green's matching up against Will Day at the stoppages. What a matchup that's going to be. We see that probably for 10 more years to come. Back in the ruck, Reeves taps it to the front of the stoppage. Peatling dropped the ball, and now McKenzie can gather. Sends it inside the forward 50. Should bounce out of bounds. It does, and that's good territory. One there for Hawthorn. About 40 out from their goal. Held in the ruck contest there was Briggs, wasn't paid. Angwin. In fact, I think he has been called to be paid. Oh no, it's going to go to Ned. Who's it going to? It's going to Dylan Moore, the free kick. We'll have to see that one again. It looked like everyone was being held in that stoppage, but nonetheless, Dylan Moore's came out with a ball. So Dylan Moore missed a crucial opportunity early in this game. Absolutely shanked it from 25 metres out, tried to snap it on goal, didn't make the distance. So Dylan Moore lining up for the more sensible set shot, straight forward now. So Dylan Moore, he comes in, sends it towards goal. He's left it out to the right. It's not going to make the distance, I don't think. It's touched. Still in bounds for Gunston, who's trying to shrug off everyone. And taken out of bounds. Stoppage called in the right forward pocket here for Hawthorn. So despite a lot of domination from Hawthorn so far, it just felt like that game-wise. Only led it by 2 points. So throws it in again. Reeves up against Briggs. Briggs taps it out the front. Looking for Connor Iden to track it down with Chol. Great tackle. Takes him out. Basically with a 50 meets the boundary line. Just ticked into red time in the first quarter. Been a real arm wrestle so far in this game. So back in the ruck again. Briggs won it down towards Tom Green. Just shrugged off McKenzie. Missed the handball there to Thomas. So got the arms free. Did well. Missed the give though. McKenzie will just run that one out of bounds. Oh, my freaking back. So brought down in the stoppage. Briggs can track it down his own tap. And seen out of bounds again. So a couple of repeat stoppages here. Will Day just takes Briggs to ground and then goes over the boundary line. Face into the turf. A little bit lucky there. There was a bit of cement. He nearly hit the cement there. That would have caned. Back from the stoppage now. Nash had an arm held without the footy. And did well there, Tom Green, to break away with the handball. Toby Bedford trying to look for a high free kick. Great wrap-up tackle from Warple. But it looks like there'll be another stoppage here on this commentary side wing. So just no team can break away. Wouldn't be surprised if the umpire pays an awkward free kick in a moment. Reeves tried to take it out of the ruck with a one glove. Couldn't do so. Missed the give. Now Callahan worked the handball inside. Missed O'Halloran. Got legged. Play on. Whitfield spun one way. Span the full 360 and now works it to half forward. Great looking ball. He takes the mark there, Cadman. He wants to work a long ball. He does now. In the pockets, Toby Green. Great work from Sam Frost. Knocked that one out of bounds. Great work from Sam Frost there. That was going to be a certain mark there to Toby Green if he didn't get there. Came off his man. Did brilliant to slap that one out of bounds. Oh, massive amount of blood coming out of the head of Toby Green. Maybe he should have got a free kick. God, he'd take a chunk of skin out of his head? Christ. So he's coming off the green now, Toby Green. Hopefully he's all good. There's a lot of blood streaming out of his head right now. So we just ticked under just over 4 minutes. 4:01 on the clock. Umpire throws it in again. Briggs tried to shove his man out of it. Couldn't gather the footy though. Aim on, worried out of it. Locked up Bedford. Ball up. So can the Giants get a late goal here? Briggs doing well in the ruck so far. Impey tries to slap it to a teammate. Hogan couldn't gather. He does now. Try to shrug off 3 young Hawks and he'll ball it up again. A lot of stoppages in this first quarter. Briggs tried to slap it forward. Couldn't do so. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go the Giants' way. So the free kick's going to Kieran Briggs. Tucked up in the left forward pocket. Had a brilliant game last week against the young Toby Conway. Taught him a few lessons. Well, 2 weeks ago, sorry. And a chance here for Kieran Briggs to get on the board here. I think he kicked one a couple of weeks ago as well. So a little bit of goal kicking form here for the big guy. He's definitely the ruckman they've needed. They've been looking for one since that more bustling ruckman, since Shane Mumford retired. Kieran Briggs came along last year. Played some brilliant footy. Was a real catalyst into pushing them to a prelim. He started pretty well this season, but that's a terrible kick. He has not scored either. He's hooked that one far to the left and out on the fall. So now Amon sends the ball out wide. 2-on-1 here in the Giants' favour. Reeves did okay. Moore slaps it forward now. Just got to D'Ambrosio. Immediately wrapped up by O'Halloran. Ball spills out. Taylor beaten to it by Warple. And then Taylor rolls around and grabs him. And a ball up. Taylor, a little bit angry early in this game. A little bit of push and shove. All the doctors at the moment on the interchange just trying to strap up Toby Green, getting back out there. Day's handball missed Impey on the run. That would have been a streaming forward, but now the Giants can counter. Daniels gives it off to Thomas. Couldn't get a handball away. Ricochets forward now with the kick. The Giants have the numbers here. Cadman against Scrimshaw, and he tapped that out. Very professionally done. Jack Scrimshaw, and it's again out of bounds in this left forward pocket for the Giants. Oh, no, it's just his backside that hit Toby Green. No, I don't think that's a free kick, but yeah, definitely collected him. I don't know how he took a bloody chunk out of his head. I don't know. He's been streaming out of his head. Tapped down by Reeves. Impey gave it off to McKenzie, who can clear. Towards the wing. Giants have the numbers here. Good mark. Going back there was Jacob Ware. He's a great user, Jacob Ware. He's going to work into that pocket once again. Pack of players form and it runs out of bounds once again. 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Just in the last 10 minutes, the Giants have started to wrestle back a bit of control in this game. Both ruckmen tussle up. Day threw that out. Should be rewarded there, the Giants, and he's going to. Great tackle in the end. Have to see who that was. But a great lock tackle on Will Day. And the Giants will get the free kick inside the forward 50. I think that's Jesse Ho. No, it's Finn Callahan. The rosy-cheeked assassin, as some call him. He'll have a chance to get the Giants back in front. So now Finn Callahan, been one of the big improvers this year. Oh, as I say that, he hooks it across the face. He's not going to make the distance and marked basically in the goal square. Pretty unopposed there was Ned Reeves. So now Scrimshaw touches, he kicked it. It bounced outside the defensive 50. Giants have the numbers. Great little turn there from Tom Green. Iden working it up here, the Giants. And now they can work it inside through Ware. Up goes Brown. Couldn't drag it down. Thomas roved it well. Handball to Daniels. Riccardi got it stopped. Day wrapped up, dropped it. Play on. Thomas goes in hard. Trying to tap it out of there. Ricochets forward, but Sicily is there. Now D'Ambrosio will clear. Towards the wing once again. Out the back. 1-on-1. Deer against Himmelberg. Himmelberg gathered it well. Then got dragged down. Just got a handball forward, but he turned it over. Now the Hawks can link up. Ginnivan got a high one. Then he's dragged down and gone. Took the advantage and now he's gone. The Giants can counter. Green sends it inside the forward 50 and takes a great grab going forward. It's Jesse Hogan. He's been hot so far, Jesse, in the marking contest. Just needs to go and convert late. And this will give them the lead going into quarter time. Ginnivan did get paid that high free kick for people wondering, but he took the advantage and then Sam Taylor dragged him down. And then the Giants on the counter with 15 seconds now. Hogan an opportunity to get his first goal of the afternoon. So he missed a pretty easy one a couple of 10 minutes ago from a pretty similar spot on the ground. He comes in now with a stutter step. Makes no mistake. And Hogan gives them the lead late. Going into quarter time, in fact, the Giants, with the siren sounding, will take a 4-point lead into the first change. So in an arm wrestle of the first quarter, the Giants lead it 2-1-13 to Hawthorn 1-3-9. So a great start to this game. Real pressure up from both sides. Oh, my nose. Oh, for Christ's sakes. I keep on hitting the wrong buttons on the stream. I'm pretty good at that, aren't I? What are we doing? So a lot of you guys, with the 11 votes so far, a lot of you guys picking Hawthorn to win this game. So about to work into the second quarter, guys. Yeah, about to say right now, maybe your child's probably been the best on the ground. He's had a massive first quarter. Second quarter's about to get underway, guys. Players moving into their positions now. So the second quarter underway now, and the Giants will get the free kick at the stoppage. So Kieran Briggs will take it. He's just going to go long, as you would expect. High ball, Riccardi's there. Toby Green in the helmet, couldn't take it. And now Hawthorn can link up. Scrimshaw, wide handball. McKenzie's seen it out of bounds. Oh. So early stages. Giants have it forward here, but now Warple. He'll clear it outside the clearance area. Goes down the wing. Haynes couldn't mark. Whitfield couldn't gather. Ginnivan worried out of it. Did well, and now he's going to gather at Ginnivan. Jams it on the left boot towards half forward on the bounce. Gunston's there, but he'll see it out of bounds. So Sam Taylor, of course, signed a massive deal in the midweek. Stay at the Giants for, you would think, almost life. Tap down from Briggs and straight to Tom Green. Works a stabbing ball. Great kick in the end. Hits up. Jesse Hogan on the lead. He's been up and down the ground so far. So Hogan's already got a goal as well. He's been good. Calls for a couple of lead-up options and drives it towards the pocket. Callum Brown couldn't mark. Daniels, great pick-up. And now Peatling looking for the high free kick. And he's going to get paid. In and under player, James Peatling. A bit on the outer every now and then, trying to get a permanent spot on this side. And Scrimshaw, not much he really could have done there. Lowered the shoulder there to try and get that high free kick. And James Peatling's been doing that for a bit now. So Peatling already had 5 touches so far. Just on that perimeter, that 26-man squad he'd be in most weeks. So Peatling comes in. He'll kick for about 30 metres out. And he's going to sneak it in. So the Giants get their first of the second term. Really hard there for Scrimshaw. I don't know what he's supposed to do when the player lowers his shoulder like that. But, oh, for fuck's sake, whatever. Not much I can really say, can I? So we move back into the middle. Giants just started to take a little bit more control late in that first quarter, and they get the opener of the second. Newcomb almost threw that today. In fact, he did. So a free kick in the middle of the ground is going to go the Giants' way. So they're starting to take a little bit of dominance now, the Giants. And O'Halloran will drive a high long ball once again. Toby Green, who had the front spot, couldn't mark. Bedford roved it well. Out wide handball there for Thomas. Did well there, Scrimshaw. Kept his feet, tapped it to space. And now he kicks it down the wing to Ginnivan out the back. And the Hawks can go. Ginnivan over the top to Chol. They've got the overlap here, Hawthorn. Great option there, Chol. He's been brilliant so far. Gunston, the one-on-one inside the forward 50. Low kick for Hardwick, takes it. Great work, Hawthorn on the rebound. All started with Jack Scrimshaw. Kudos to him. And Blake Hardwick takes the mark. So he's reinvented himself, Blake Hardwick, as a small forward. So that mark was... Trying to see if he took the mark. My chat's in the way. I don't really know. I'll have to see that again. But Blake Hardwick now, to get his first goal of the afternoon. He's hooked it a bit to the left, and it's going to stay out there. So Hawthorn missing a couple of opportunities in this game. Early stage of the second quarter. So Whitfield works a short little ball. Bit of a dangerous kick, but should have been 50. Tom Green will play on, though. Works it out wide. He finds Ward. So at half-back here, outer side. Ward wants to go, just doesn't have an option. So he's just going to have to hold it up. The wide ball for Peatling. Just inbounds. Great kick there from the veteran and Ward. So Peatling now working himself into this game. He goes long with the kick towards half forward. Went up Riccardi, brought it down. Daniels wrapped up by Scrimshaw. Brilliant tackle, should be rewarded. And he is. Great work, Scrimshaw. So they're going to switch the play here, Hawthorn. Aim on. Wide ball for McDonald. Has to be strong on this one. He did well. So commentary side now, the Hawks have it at half-back. McDonald's got Ginnivan in front of him about 25 metres. He works the kick inside. It's a great option. And they can go the Hawks. McKenzie weaves back inside. Gives it off to Amon. He's a brilliant user. Goes for the high ball for Chol. One arm couldn't grab it. Hardwick couldn't grab the rove. Himmelberg wrapped up. Gone. Great tackle from Dylan Moore. Gets rewarded. Great work from Hawthorn. Just when you thought the Giants were about to wrestle back some control, the Hawks, with the great pressure, capitalised brilliantly from Dylan Moore. Needs to get the goal, though. He's missed a couple of opportunities in this game so far, Dylan Moore. He's been brilliant in front of goal so far this year. But he's missed a couple of opportunities so far. So Moore will come in. Again, he's left it out to the right. And it fades back a bit, but he's missed another big chance here. Hawthorn 1 goal, 5 in this game so far. So 8 points to the margin. So for some reason, my KO's just decided to shit itself. So I can't see what's going on. So that's really good. Oh, great. It's my computer. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, no, okay. No. It's all good now. So it's out of wing, commentary side wing, who Giants have the free kick. There's a free kick behind play. I think it's going to be reversed to Hawthorn. It is. And Jesse Hogan's giving away the free kick. So Hawthorn will lock it in. D'Ambrosio has the free kick. And this guy, been one of the best wingmen in the comp this year. He's going to work a low ball inside 50. What a kick! Hits up Blake Hardwick in the pocket. That was a brilliant kick. Can you believe this guy was picked up as a delisted free agent last year? He works the kick inside. Great work, Hardwick. Hits up Gunston. So now Jack Gunston, opportunity to get Hawthorn back within 2 points. He's looked dangerous so far, Jack Gunston. He's taken 3 marks. Put a lot of pressure on Sam Taylor early, but needs to hit the scoreboard. He comes in, Jack Gunston. Will it stay in the teeth of goal? It will, and Jack Gunston gets the first goal of the second quarter for Hawthorn. Looked like that was going to fade late and potentially hit the post, but it straightened in the end, and Hawthorn finally get their second goal. So back in the middle we go. Be a repeat stoppage, and now Reeves threw that away. Should be rewarded there. Riccardi wasn't paid. Bit interesting. Now Newcomb gives it off to Moore, and Nash works it inside the forward 50. Chol tried to push his opponent under it. Couldn't gather. Well done there from Ward. Alir under pressure. Gives it to Ward, who dropped it. Great pressure from the Hawks. Chol, the little stiff arm was brilliant. Can he get rid of it? He's gone. Great work from Callahan. And they get away with one there, the Giants. So Callahan gets the free kick. Had to lock that tackle down. He stiff-armed one there, Chol. Again, the Hawks with the pressure. Giants trying to clear. They do in the end. Wide ball's going to come back. Sicily couldn't mark. Great work from Ward. Pete Ling was held a little. Scrimshaw's been good. Gives it at the back to Sicily. Nash back to Sicily. They're under a bit of pressure, but they work it out nicely. Hawthorn and Scrimshaw's kick inside. Turned over. So Thomas takes the mark and he wants to go. On the left boot. Wide kick. One-on-one here is Toby Green and Scrimshaw again. He gets at the back. Frost just receives that tackle. It'll be a free kick going Hawthorn's way. I think it's against Toby Green. It is. And Scrimshaw again. He's been brilliant in this first half. How you doing, GG? Hey, crew. Go Pies. Who have they got this week? Oh, idiot. They got the Queen King's birthday clash. So now the Hawks can go through Weddle in the middle of the ground. Dangerous handball. Back to Reese. Weddle just wanted it back. D'Ambrosio wants the left boot. He's going to work the kick inside. It's okay. He took the mark there, Warple. Warple, not really the much known as a distributor inside the forward 50. More of a clearance ball, but he's going to have to work this one inside here. He's going to set a low ball inside the 50. Did well to bring that one to ground. There was Hardwick. Knocked it to ground. Pete Ling wraps up his opponent in Nash. And it'll be a ball up. Pretty much straight in front, 35 metres out from goal. Punched out of the stoppage there from Riccardi. Lends at the feet of D'Ambrosio. Day at the back to Weddle. He'll drive a long ball towards goal. Hasn't got the distance. He's hooked it late. And it's through for a behind. So Hawthorn starting to work themselves back into this second quarter after the Giants got the first goal of it. Streaming KO and NU so I don't have to listen to Turbo Ferguson. Oh, okay. It's a bit mean. Do you listen to Eddie Maguire talking to Jimmy? No, not really. So works the kick long. Riccardi couldn't mark, but Toby Green did well. He can link up. The Giants can go through Tom Green. He's got a handball option. Decides the short little stabbing kick towards Cadman. Couldn't mark. Scrimshaw did well. Frost out the back to Impey. He wants to switch it. He cuts back, turned it over though. Here go the Giants. Toby Green got knocked off the kick, but it bounces brilliantly to Cadman, who kicks a goal against the run of play. Great pressure there from the Giants. And Aaron Cadman, to the silence of the Tasmanian crowd, kicks the goal. So great work there from the Giants. They needed that one against the run of play. Does Jimmy give it back to Eddie? I don't really listen to it. I watch a little bit of... I don't really watch a lot of that. I just watch the highlights and then laugh at it majority of the time on the Channel 9 stuff. Tap down from Briggs. Trying to slap it forward there as O'Halloran. Pushed out there by Chol. Nash goes in and under. Briggs wraps him up. Ball up. About to tick under 10 minutes in this second quarter. Giants have got 2 goals, but the Hawks have had the majority of the momentum. Briggs unopposed in the ruck. He's just going to slam this ball forward. Up and under ball. Sitting under it there is Brown. Almost dragged it down in the end. Daniels roved it nicely. Ward at 50. Works the kick inside. Harvey Thomas going back. That was brilliant. Real courage. Quite small in stature, but that had true heart involved in that mark, Harvey Thomas. And he'll go back for an opportunity to give the Giants a 13-point lead, which will be a game-high lead in this game. And he's going to get 50. No. Harvey Thomas thought it was 50, but then the umpire said, no, go back on your mark. The babyface giant, Harvey Thomas, opportunity here. So he's already had 6 touches and got involved in a goal. Was involved in that last one as well. So Harvey Thomas. The Hawthorn crowd give him all kinds of advice over the fence, but he's hooked. He's left it out to the left. So unfortunate miss there for the Giants. They've had the momentum in the past in about the last minute or so, but Hawthorn have dominated this second quarter. So now Amon works the kick on the commentary side. Brought it down there, Briggs, but it bounces here for the Giants. Daniels, inside handball to Bedford. The kick outside of the boot wasn't the greatest, and Frost intercepts that one. They want to go on the run here, Sicily, but he just has no options on this outer wing, so he's just got to tread some water. The inside kick, though, was brilliant. It's up Day. Wanted to give it to the runner there in Jaff, but couldn't. So Day's just going to hold it up. And again, they're going to switch it here, Hawthorn. Day out the back to Scrimshaw. They have some numbers here. D'Ambrosio. They can go now, Hawthorn. D'Ambrosio looking for the kick inside. It's a dangerous kick, but if he gets it, they're away. McKenzie just can't track it down. Callahan did well, but turned it over. Deer inside handball. Ginnivan tried to steal it. Warple steps out of one. Gives it to McKenzie. He's trying to get a handball option. Eventually gives it out to Nash, who works it out now. Jaff. So Jaff has an opportunity to work it inside the forward 50. Sets it up into the pocket. Couldn't mark it there. Ginnivan was dangerous. Gunston went to ground. Thomas did brilliantly. And now the Giants can just settle it down a little bit. Work the kick out wide. And it's a great kick to Riccardi. Did well there, the Giants. Just that scrambling defense there. And now Tom Green works it back to Whitfield. So they're playing just on the backside of the centre square here, the Giants. Callahan gives it off to Lee Kalia, who can run. Works a short little ball. Nice kick. Hits up O'Halloran, who can send a long ball. In fact, it's Himmelberg for the long ball to Cadman. Both players had a hold of each other, and Cadman's given the free kick. I have to look at that one again. It looked like both of them had a good chunk of each other in the end, but free kick's gone Cadman's way. So Cadman already troubled the scorers so far today. He's kicked one. That's 5 minutes ago, in fact. Trying to look at the replay here. I think that's pretty fucking nothing in it, but anyway. So Cadman just inside the forward 50. Low ball towards goal, and he snuck it in. So the Giants lead it by a game-high 14. Great finish there from Aaron Cadman. Kept it low and drew it back. So at the moment, the Giants lead it by 14 points. But Hawthorn, you wouldn't count them out. They've been in hot form the last few weeks. And you know they'll fight this one out. Still heaps of time, of course. Briggs won it down. Nash gets the handball forward. Did well there. Day out wide to McKenzie, who's been good so far. He goes for the long ball once again. Lee Kalir in a one-on-one with Chol. Did well there, Alir. Knocked it out of his grasp and out of bounds. Forward stoppage, though, will go towards Hawthorn's way, though. That's simply not a free kick. The double-edged sword of having 4 umpires, all angles, yet umpires not feeling they have enough game time, so impact it unnecessarily. I don't know. I don't think that was a free kick. I think there was fucking nothing in it. I think they both were holding each other. Won't be long before they ask for a 5th one. Reeves tried to take it out of the ruck, gives it out to Ginnivan. Back handball. They're working backwards here, the Hawks, but they can now work forward through Sicily. Wide kick. Can Day take it? He does. Just inbounds. He wants to go long. Has had a bit of impact in this game so far, Will Day, but I think he can get a little bit more on this one. He's going to set it up to about 30 metres out. Briggs had the marking option, went to spoil. Hits the ground. McDonald did well to Newcomb. Trying to work into some space. He's got an option at 50. That's Will Day, who's got some time. Works a short little ball into the pocket. That was class. And Deer in the pocket. An opportunity to get Hawthorn. A pretty big response here. So Deer, the apprentice to Jack Gunston. Been working under him for the past 4 or 5 months. And now Cal Shadir. Opportunity to get Hawthorn's second goal of the quarter. So he's taking a moment, takes a deep breath. He snaps, he kicks, and he's left it out to the left. They're missing some big chances, Hawthorn. They've had more opportunities. They've had more scoring shots, sorry, but at the moment they're leaving a lot out there. So now Connor Iden in the back pocket, wanting to take a bit of a run, then gives it back to Whitfield, who drives a long ball into the middle of the ground. It's a dangerous kick. Toby Green did want to bring it to ground. O'Halloran breaking through, handball over the top to Daniels, who's a dangerous user. He sets up from 50, long ball towards goal. He's got it there. Great finish there, Brent Daniels. And Giants take a 19-point lead. So we're back in the middle, just near red time. Yeah, that was great work there from the Giants. And again, they're going to get the clearance. No, they're not. Great smother. Peatling looked like to get it forward, but he couldn't with the great smother in the end. But the Giants will work it out. Outside handball. Did really well there, Jacob Ware, just to arch his back and kick it forward. Wasn't the greatest kick, though. Scrimshaw works it out now to Amon. And he can clear it towards the wing once again for Ginnivan, who went back, couldn't take the mark, hits the ground. Green did well. He can now work it forward. Got touched almost. Day got a handball away to Ginnivan. Weird up and under handball. But it works out okay. More towards Warple, who'll get the free kick. Dylan Moore. Lions, Giants, I feel are top final 8 bound still. Lions, I don't know. I think they're going to have to really work hard to get back into it. The Giants, I think they can. If the second half of the season works out okay, they are in there now. So I don't think they're going to have too many issues. Lions, I think, are 50-50 at this stage. I don't think it's the worst thing if they miss it as well, because I think they'll have a full pre-season, get all their players back, and then go a real charge next year. Because I don't think they're going to be able to win the flag this year. But I think if they get all their players back, I think they'll be back next year. Similar to how the Geelong started, but I think Brisbane have got a little bit more on their plate than Geelong do. So now Moore gives it out now towards Mackenzie, who can work back inside to the kick of Impey. That was a great option. And Impey can go. Been a little bit held so far in this game, but he'll drive a long ball for Chol. Great work coming across from Sam Taylor. At the back to Iden. So last line of defense is Connor Iden. Just wanting some speed on the ball here, the Giants. He goes to Whitfield, who may need to be locked down a bit here. He's having a real influence on this game. He goes down the ground. Good option there to Toby Green. Works it out wide. Himmelberg, Iden, they can link up here. They've got the overlap here, the Giants. Angwin got his ball smothered brilliantly there by Sam Frost. And it'll be a ball in on the outer side. Good points. They need to fix up the opening round and buys, though. Yeah, I agree with you. I think you either have everyone in the opening round and then have all the games. Not all the games, but you have the start of it's really hard because I think you either have all the games in the opening round up in not all of them, but you have the start of the round all the way up in the Gold Coast and Brisbane or Sydney as well. I think that's how they should do it, and then have the rest of the round down in wherever the other games are going to be played. Because I think it was a bit shitty how they started this year, and the fact that the Swans had the bye in round 7 and then in round 12 is really weird. It wasn't set up well. The Giants can link up here. Whitfield's low dart, missed his teammate. Should have hit that kick, but then Frost turns it over. Then tackles brilliantly. The ups and downs of Sam Frost on full display there. He'll get a free kick. So 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Hawthorn feel like they need a late one here. So he works it back to Amon at halfback. I'm yet to get a tip this week, so Hawthorn really need a rise for my sake. So he sends it down the wing. Numbers formed. Deer went up, couldn't drag it down. O'Halloran in and under, trying to get it out of there. Ginnivan pushes his opponent straight into it. Did well there. I think it was Hogan to get a handball out. Now he's working through there against the grain was Bedford. Gave it out the back to Himmelberg, who's going to send a high ball towards half forward. It was Brown was there, but Weddle thumps it out of bounds. Half forward here for the Giants. They can get another one here, GWS. They are going to be in hot form going into half time. Yeah, I really don't know how they're going to fix up the opening round, because I think they're going to keep on going with it, but I really don't know how they're going to do it. Reeves won it down at the front. Warple just couldn't grab it cleanly. Peatling looking for another high free kick. Great wrap-up tackle there from Warple. Ball up. I feel like the umpires are doing everything they can to help Essendon and the Gold Coast make the finals. I don't know, maybe. Wouldn't be surprised. Day tried to clear the kick away. Peatling couldn't gather it between his feet. Warple wrapped up. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Giants would love another one here. Reeves won it down. Moore got the handball away. Newcomb tackled and let it go. Moore tries to dive on top of it. So did Bedford. How's the umpire going to see it? It's going to call for a ball up again. Hawthorn can't concede late in this quarter. Reeves won it down immediately to Bedford, who's immediately met by two Hawks. Again, it's going to be another repeat stoppage, I think, here. No, O'Halloran's given away the high free kick to Moore. Came a little bit too hot there, O'Halloran. And Moore's been moved into the middle late stages of this quarter. He works the kick down the wing for Chol. Got strong hands to it. Spoiled away from Iden. Iden with the 1-2 with O'Halloran. He works the handball forward now. Bedford got a lot of options. Sets it up to the top of the goal square. Hogan is there. Good spoil there from Frost. Scrimshaw. Dangerous handball, but Amon just breaks through cleanly. The kick to the toes of Day. Back to Amon, who just kicks a little darting kick. Nice option there. D'Ambrosio. Now the Hawks can go. Moore back to D'Ambrosio. He's got Jaff. He decides to give out the handball wider to Amon, who kept on working. Inside kick was brilliant to Reeves, who got a nice bounce. Now to Moore, looking for the high one. He's going to get the free kick here, Dylan Moore. Minutes of play. Moore in the front half of the centre square. And he goes back. Awkward kick, though. Put under pressure there. But now they can work it forward for Day. He goes into the pocket, out the back. Great work from Sam Taylor. And he gets it paid. Somehow dragged that down there, Sam Taylor, going back. It looked like Jack Gunston's all day, but stuck the hands up and drew it down. So Lee Kalia in the last line. Dangerous kick. Under pressure. Here go the Hawks. Can they get a late one? D'Ambrosio out the back. Snapping ball. It goes to the top of the goal square. Deer goes up. Hits the ground. Giants have the numbers. Runs out of bounds forward pocket. 24 seconds on the clock. You would think Hawthorn are the only team who can score here. So he throws it in. Can the Hawks get a late one here? Or can the Giants? Who's going to get it? Callahan, they fight over it between teammates. Taylor dragged down by Warple. 13 seconds. Hawthorn would love a late one here. Won it down there, Reeves. Warple snapping ball. Thought it went up. He got it smothered in fact at the ground. Callahan got a handball away. Peatling met hard there by Newcomb. Moore trying to draw a free kick. He couldn't. And as the time ticks down, I think it's on 1 second to go on the quarter, so it's going to have to be a free kick to maybe get an opportunity here for Hawthorn. Siren sounds. So despite Hawthorn having a lot of opportunities in this first half, it is the Giants who lead by 19 points going into the main break. Scores are 6-2-38 to the Giants. They lead Hawthorn by 19 points, who are 2-7-19. All right, guys, we'll be back in about 20 minutes with the second half. G'day guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Bounty Riders podcast. A lot to talk about today. We have a lot of news on the injury front and the suspension front as well. I want to take a look at Melbourne after their really disappointing loss on the weekend. Of course, we have our fan favourite segment in the Flog of the Week, and we'll be doing our tips and AFL fantasy breakdown as well. So let's not waste any more time. Let's roll the intro and get straight into it. And then Rankin from the pocket, don't tell me, Isaac Rankin!
Yeah.
He's just got the license for a brothel.
Well, I think Gather Round's going to be more than just AFL. I think this is next season.
It's at the handle at the back. Nick Dankos to get the prize home. He's done it. So, guys, of course, we've got round 13 coming up. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Bit of injury news that I wanted to talk about first of all. So, there's quite a lot of injuries from last week, but a couple more I want to focus on. First of all was the Max King injury. He's actually avoided significant structural or ligament damage to his knee. He is still a wait and see, so a fitness test will have to be done before he can be picked for selection this week. But that's interesting because St Kilda probably looked a lot more potent last week when he was out of the side in the third and fourth quarter because they had a lot more options to go to, or they used a lot more options. So I'll be interested to see how they do with Max King this week, if they decide to play him or if they will not rest him, but just maybe, play with a little bit more caution. Because St Kilda against West Coast last week definitely looked a lot better at stages, and they do play the Gold Coast on Saturday night. So we'll have to wait and see. I think that's a very interesting one. The Crows, they got a couple of injury concerns from the game. One of them, which happened didn't happen after the game, but only came to light after the game, was Matt Crouch. It does seem, unfortunately for him, that he will require shoulder surgery, and he's going to miss the rest of the season. That's really unfortunate for the Crows and Matt Crouch. He was really getting into his work this season. The last couple of years, he was out, and couldn't get his way into the side, and this year he's really been playing quite well, so it's really unfortunate for him. Jordan Dawson as well is battling a foot complaint, and he nearly missed the game against Hawthorn last week, but just had to do a fitness test before the game, and he did pass it, but we saw in the game he wasn't that good, so I think maybe he may be out this week. And also Taylor Walker, there's still a little bit of concern about his back injury, so I think he may be out this week for the Crows. I'm a little bit unsure as to how they will perform going. I mean, they should be fine against the Tigers, so I would say that they will probably rest Taylor Walker. Maybe not so much. We'll have to see. I think Dawson will probably play if he's 70-80%, but I don't know about Taylor Walker. I think they'd probably rest him this week. On the Bombers front as well, there's a couple of injuries from not only the game, but in the VFL for a young player. Kyle Langford, he was subbed out. It does seem that he did get a hip pointy injury, but it doesn't sound too concerning, so hopefully he's all good for the Bombers. Todd Goldstein as well, he was a late withdrawal with an ankle injury, but he wasn't quite good to go for that game. If anything, he was more rested, so I think he'll be fine for the Bombers game on Sunday night against Carlton. And an unfortunate one, just injuries galore for this guy, unfortunately. Zach Reid seems like he's suffered a pectoral injury, so he's obviously going to be out for a couple of weeks for quite a while as well. So that's really unfortunate for the Bombers because they're just starting to build into their season, and unfortunately now just a couple of injuries piling up, and obviously the loss against the Gold Coast wasn't the greatest. I don't think I think they will be making finals, knock on wood, and hopefully for their sake they're high up so they can finally break their drought. But sorry, I may have a bit of a cold coming on. That's the big reason why I'm wearing the beanie, by the way. It's not even because the big freeze is coming up. It wasn't like a gimmick to wear the beanie. It is just so cold in this room, and I'm getting a bit of a cough. So that's kind of why I've got that on. But of course, if you probably be doing a stream this week for the King's birthday. I'll probably do a stream for that one to see if my brother's going to be able to come over, and we may do another one throughout the week. I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's probably on the channel front. Jesus Christ, hopefully I can get through this whole thing. On the suspension front, now there was quite a few suspensions this weekend. A couple that I want to take a look at is the Rising Stars, who were the two contenders, not anymore. Harley Reid has been offered 2 weeks, Sam Darcy's been offered 2 weeks, and then Riley Sanders has been offered a week. Now, with the Darcy one, I haven't seen if they're going to challenge at the Bulldogs. This has been recorded on a Monday, so I'm not too sure. I don't think they will. There's no point. He's going to get 2 weeks no matter what. There's no way the tribunal's going to overturn that. So he's going to get 2 weeks. That's unfortunate. But yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. Harley Reid, 2 weeks. I thought that was a little bit harsh. I thought maybe he'd only get 1. They are challenging it, the West Coast Eagles, so I think maybe this will be downgraded to 1, but I don't think there's a way he's going to get off fully. I think he's going to get a week. The Sanders one, on the other hand, I can't believe he's got a week. He ricocheted off of a Collingwood defender and then hit the head of Jeremy Howe. No way does he deserve a week for that. I thought that was crap, to be honest. I thought if he's going to bump onto someone else and then accidentally bounce off of him and then into someone else and then hit them in the head, I don't think that's really his fault. So I think Sanders should probably challenge that. But we'll have to wait and see what the Bulldogs want to really do. I think a lot of teams now are cautious to try and appeal, because I think even Brad Scott said it last week, saying that there's not a lot of leeway on the side of the teams if there's, like, because if they get it wrong, there's not much that goes their way except for more money lost. So, yeah, that's probably a thing the clubs have to think about. But the Riley Sanders one shocked me, to be honest. Harley Reid maybe lose a week, but other than that, I think that he's probably... I think it may be 2. I don't know if they'll overturn that. They're definitely not going to overturn it. They may lower it to 1, but that's pretty much all they can do there. And Darcy, I don't think they'll challenge that one. On the Rising Star front, though, I don't think that suspension should go into it, because it's not like... I don't think it should happen in the Brownlow either, to be honest. I think we could probably get rid of it. It's not a big deal. I don't even know why it's that bad, to be honest. Like... I don't think that should be an issue, because it's not like with the Coleman if you get suspended. I don't think that's a real big... I don't think that should be a part of the concern when it comes to votes, because let's be honest, if you play... or if you miss like 2 games due to suspension, you still win the Brownlow, I still think you deserve it. Unless... Maybe there should be a cautionary thing of maybe if you do something really bad, if you go to the if you get 4+ weeks... maybe you shouldn't be eligible. But even then, I mean, if you can still win it from that point, I mean, you've done well. I don't think it should be that far. But also, with the Rising Star, it doesn't really mean that much this year. The 2 best rookie players this year, so far anyway, has been Harley Reid first and then Sam Darcy. So whoever gets it now, it's kind of like a wash. It's not going to really matter. I mean, the nominees will probably have to be Darcy, Wilson, for St Kilda. God, there's not many others, to be honest. I'm trying to think. Maybe there's a couple of George Wardlaw for North Melbourne could be an option. I mean, maybe, I don't even know if Sam Clousey can get involved. I don't know if he's too old. He could potentially be a opportunity. Jeez, I mean, I don't think there's many more options that are going to try and win it now. I think it was those 2 as the front runners, and the rest were kind of running in second place. So I don't really know what they're going to be able to do about that. Maybe even McKercher could maybe be an option now. He's probably one that's played pretty well this season. But yeah, there's not really a lot out there that we would really expect to who have been as to the point of Darcy and Harley Reid. That's what I'm kind of saying. I still think that those sort of players that I just mentioned can be really good players, of course. But unfortunately, it just seems at this stage that they're not going to... It's kind of like, at this point, whoever finishes now is going to be the 3rd place finish for the Rising Star now. Basically, 3rd position is going to be getting the award. But, I mean, that's just the end of the day. That's the rules now. You can't change that sort of rule mid-season, like the holding the ball. I guess we'll talk about the holding the ball ruling this week. I actually think they umpired it pretty well. I thought that was a decent change. I thought they did it well. They went a bit overboard at times, but I think that was always going to happen in the first week. I am very happy that Sydney didn't play this week, because I think it would have been very annoying watching the holding the ball. There were a couple of missed ones as well. The Dacos one on Friday night was an absolute shocker. I don't know how they missed that. That should have been holding the ball in the old way they were interpreting it, let alone the new way. So I think it's a good direction that they're going in here. I think it was great that they were calling... The one thing that a lot of people aren't really talking about is the fact that the ball ups were called so much quicker. I think that was great. I think it made the game feel a lot quicker, and that was something I was really happy to see. So, you know, I mean, everyone's happy to all the shit on the umpires, but you got to give them credit where it's due. And I feel like this week, there were a couple of mistakes, and I don't think, well, I mean, maybe there probably are a few, but I don't think anyone's really asking for it. You can't make mistakes. That's not the problem. The problem was the way they were not paying blatant holding the ball decisions, which they called majority of the time this week. So That's what I did appreciate. I thought it was umpired a lot better. Hopefully it continues to improve. They get a little bit better, especially towards the end of the year. So I hope that's the case. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about here was something to do with a report, like a mass report from Tom Morris on 9 News. Now, again, this is Tom Morris, and if you've listened to the podcast before, you'd know how much me and my brother make fun of him. But there was a lot of reports that he just threw out there that I wanted to talk about. Now, these are like quick fire ones that he just threw out there. But anyway, a couple of things that like clubs and that were pushing for as like a wide sort of review. So the first thing that they were looking at is that Collingwood believes games should be shorter to protect players from themselves. If they're going to make the game shorter, they have to have more games, I believe. Anyway, I don't think that's really... I don't know about that. Richmond especially, but also North are in favour of clubs being able to trade draft picks 4 years in advance. Other clubs pushing for 2 to 3. I agree with that. I'm really unsure as to why they've capped it at 1. I think that's more than fine. I mean, as long as you can keep track of them, I don't really have an issue with that. Only one club is against a national reserves competition, and that is Fremantle. I don't understand why they would be against that, to be honest. I think that's a great way to bring the game forward, is a reserves competition. I think they should also bring back... I don't know if anyone remembers this. I think it was called the Fox Cup. I'm not sure what it was called. But basically, the best couple of teams from each state league would play in a competition, and the winner would become the champion reserves club. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. I think it was like gone in 2016. But I remember Port Magpies playing in it, and I barracked for the Port Magpies here in South Australia. And that's something that I was really excited about watching. And it brought some sort of watchability to state league competition. And I'm not saying it's unwatchable, but not many people do watch it. And what I'm saying is that I think that'd be a great way to get the state league teams involved in something that people would like to watch, rather than just watching their state league games every single week and then watching, like for the VFL, for example, is there 6 or 7 teams now that are not associated with an AFL club? I think that's about right. And there's only one club now in the VFL that's not like named the AFL, or 2, but I mean Casey's basically the Melbourne Demons, and it's Sandringham, which is not obviously St Kilda's team. So I think I think maybe that should be an option. I'm unsure as to why Fremantle would be against it, but I mean it's not reported about here. Another one as well is a massive divide between clubs on academies. New South Wales and Queensland teams say that it's a must in the current form. Other clubs strongly disagree. That one's going to be debated forever. I think... I mean, I can give you my opinion, but obviously as a Swans fan, I'm going to sound biased. I think they do need them, because I think it would be nearly impossible for a lot of those clubs, especially if they were to go down the ladder, like Brisbane, if we saw that a couple of years ago. Nearly 10 years ago. Brisbane couldn't keep a player because they were down the bottom of the ladder. And if a club was to fall down to the bottom of the ladder, then it would be nearly impossible to keep players at their club. Like, it's all well and good for the likes of Sydney now, like Chad Warner and that, to stay at the Swans because they're very good and they're very successful. But if Sydney were down the bottom of the ladder, they wouldn't be able to keep those players. They would go back to Perth. Or go back to their home state. I don't think it'd be very easy to. So I don't really have that issue. I think a lot more clubs should try to force the AFL, these clubs' hands in the draft night and pick them early, so then they have to get pushed back in the draft. I think that's what they should be doing, instead of just letting them go through. Like Errol Goulden, for example, didn't get picked up until pick 35. I think he was picked up he didn't get picked till pick 35 in the draft a couple of years ago. Like, if someone threw a curveball and picked him up at pick 10, then Sydney would have had to work around that. Or someone could have picked him up. So, I mean, if you think about it, that's something that the other clubs could be doing. But, again, I'm biased, so at least I'm going to point that out anyway. What else has he said here? GWS believes the top 10 draft picks in the national draft should be pure, with no free agency compensation until pick 11. That's an interesting one. I actually kind of agree with that, to be honest. But, yeah, I think it's a little bit wishy-washy. I think it can get a little bit convoluted, but I don't actually mind that. I don't know why that hasn't really been brought up before. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I guess, yeah, I mean, if you look at it, like North Melbourne got pick 3 in the draft last year as well with McKercher. So, yeah, I think that's with the Ben Mackay free agency. I think it's been very interesting the last couple of years. The free agency hasn't really been alive. There's only been a couple of picks the last few years when people have been talking about free agency because a lot of players just go earlier in trades. So I think it's an interesting one, but I think it's a good point to bring up. West Coast want a marquee event in WA, and both WA clubs are pushing for 2 Victorian clubs to play a home game in Perth once per year. I agree with that. I don't think there's any issue with that. I don't like the report that Tom Morris made about a month ago about the AFL just having gather round 3 times a year. I think that should be a mainstay, just one, but who knows? I don't know how they could do it, but I think that Perth deserves something. I mean, I think the reason why South Australia, not the main reason, but maybe not the main reason, but I think there was a contribution to Adelaide getting gather round was because both Brisbane and Perth both got the grand finals in the COVID years. So I think that Perth deserves something as a marquee event. And I think maybe a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I actually like the Victorian clubs asking to play in different states as a home game rather than playing at Marvel Stadium or MCG or whatever. I actually like that. I think it does give a little bit more of a evenness to the competition. Like, for example, the Bulldogs this year are playing 5 games in a row at Marvel Stadium. Like, I think that's in the next 5 weeks. Like, how is that fair? I think they should be asking, the AFL should say, okay, you can have, every single team gets 11 games at home, obviously, but if you get 11 games at home and 5 other away games are at Marvel Stadium, that's not fair. So I think it's fair enough for the AFL, like, all right, you can have your 11 home games, but you've got to play at least 2 in Perth, or you've got to play 1 in, Sydney. Yeah, I mean, I think that's actually a good idea. I think that's something that the AFL should really consider. We've heard, obviously, Collingwood want to play a game in the Gold Coast. I think that's great. I don't know why Collingwood fans would be so angry about it. I mean, they're the ones who asked for it, Collingwood, so I don't know. Anyway, Tigers and Hawks gave strong feedback of the way of the AFL being lacking in the pathway for Indigenous talent. I talked about this I think it was last week. I think that's a very good point. I think they've dropped off considerably in the last, 5 years or so. I don't remember the last player that got picked up from the NT or Indigenous pathways really working through lately. I think the last one I can remember was Taron Thomas. So I think that needs to be worked on a lot more, and I think that's a big market in Australia that the AFL really need to focus on. And the last one here says that North Melbourne want no minimum and increase maximum list sizes. Why did North Melbourne want that? They can barely keep the players on their fucking list. Anyway, I agree with that, but yeah, I mean, you need to cap it at some point. I think they should have a lot more players at the list. And I think and I talked about this last week as well, we talked about the mid-season draft. And I will say, it was good to see that there was, in the mid-season draft, there was only one ex-AFL player picked up. Not to say they don't deserve another go, but it's great to see new people joining the AFL. And I think, again, the rookie list needs to be used for players that... Alright guys, we're back here with the second half in a second. Just wanted to get back a little bit early, because usually I fucking wait until the last absolute second and then miss the first 2 seconds of the go. Oh, my freaking mat. So we're about to get ready for the second half. And here we go. From the bounce down, Chol tried to gather, but Pete Ling did okay. Hits the ground. It'll be a stoppage. Early stages of this third term. So Briggs takes it out of the ruck, tries to get it forward, not a great looking ball. McKenzie did okay with the handball out wide to Impey, further out the back. They can settle it down here, the Hawks, and he sends a high long ball here for Day. Good spoil from Tom Green coming across, gets it out of bounds. So on the commentary side wing here, the ball goes out of bounds. Neither ruckman could get to it. Looks like Weddle maybe taking a second ruck roll early. Don't know about that. Newcomb, inside handball, missed it. Tom Green got it out to Callahan, but coming through nicely was Weddle. And now Day. Inside handball was to Ginnivan. Free kick's been called out here. And it's going to go... Free kick's been called out here. And it's going to go against Connor Nash. So it looks like he's got a tagging role on Tom Green, but he's given away a free kick early. Terrible free kick to give away because Hawthorn were away. But now the Giants can go on the counter. Callum Brown takes it a half forward. About 55, 60 out from home. Don't know if he can launch it from here. He's got a player running on the backside. That was Himmelberg. Didn't give it though. So he's going to set it up to the top of the goal square. For Hogan the flyer. Gets out the back for Riccardi. He couldn't get there. And now Scrimshaw can clear. Sends an absolute floater outside the defensive 50. Couldn't take the mark to the Giants defender, but now it spills out. And now the Giants can work it forward. Not a very good kick. And Day, streaming off half-back, he can go. He started his career back here. He wanted to go forward, but didn't have an option, so he gives it off to Jaff. Turned it over again, the Giants with the pressure. Angwin now takes a few dance steps. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go against the Giants, and he's given away 50. So Briggs has actually given away the free kick here. And then he's given away 50. So he tackled him, Briggs. I thought it was a pretty decent tackle, but he's given away the free kick. And then because Angwin kicked it away, Jaff has actually been escorted to inside 50 with the 50-metre penalty. Will you do a mid-season ladder predictions? Maybe. I don't know. So now Jaff, he comes inside the forward 50 to give Hawthorn the perfect start to the second half. Umpire does not move. And Jaff stands down his prey. With the mid-season ladder predictions, I mean, it may be an idea that I could do. It won't be this week though, because I've already got a video essay ready to go. So I'll probably, if I do, it'll probably be next week. Sorry, next Monday. So not the Monday coming up, the Monday after. So Josh Weddle's gone into the ruck here. Bit of a surprise, and Briggs immediately won it down straight to Callahan. Jams it on the left boot forward, going back. Should have taken the mark there, Sicily. Wasn't rewarded a free kick. Toby Green snaps on goal. It bounces home. I think it may have been touched by Scrimshaw, but the umpires paid the goal. So Toby Green, the immediate reply there for the Giants. I'm not changing the scoreboard just yet. It looks like the Giants are setting up for the behind. But because it was called a goal, it has to be escorted to the center of the field. So they must not be that confident here, the umpires, because the ball's supposed to be set up in the middle of the ground. So it looks like it may actually be paid a goal here. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it looks like we're going back to the middle. So the goal has been paid the Giants' way. Big call, but the Giants get their quick reply now. So free kick in the middle of the ground will go the Giants' way. So low ball long. In front is Impey. He took a great mark. So Jarman Impey in the back 50. Works it short now. Sicily. So it's still a 19-point margin, the same as it was at halftime, but both teams have a goal on the board early. So Sicily now. Low ball down the wing. Great kick in the end to Weddle, who looks like he's playing a bit of a ruck roll in this early stages of the third. So Weddle went to look inside, but now he's just going to have to send it long. High ball. Chol again! Wasn't paid. Aaliyah gives it to Briggs, and now the Giants can link up. Ward has Briggs inside there. Whitfield, he decided to go further back, and now the Giants can go back inside. Iden towards centre half back. It's a good kick in the end. It's up Himmelberg, who works the kick up towards Hogan. Just to the defensive side of the wing here, out of side. Jesse Hogan has it. Sends a long ball. One-on-one is Brown. Looked to hit the ground. Hardwick may have been moved back, but now Daniels gathered it well. Peatling got his kick smothered. And now the Hawks can go on the counter. Jaff handball over the top to Ginnivan. He's got a handball option inside. He treads water a little, then sees the runner in McDonald. Sends the kick out there now. And McDonald, absolute tumble punt forward. But on his own is Mabior Chol. He's had a brilliant first half, Mabior Chol. Took a big mark early, and now an opportunity to Hawthorn to get it back to within 13 points. All started with that great smother from Will Day, and then streaming off halfback was Jaff, and they worked it well there, the Hawks. Did really well there, Ginnivan. He could have blazed away, he could have done something a little bit stupid, but he decided to hold up, get the ball out wide to McDonald, and the kick to Chol wasn't the greatest, but it could be a good result. So Chol, with his unique slow approach, leaves it out to the left-hand side. Going across! The young deer takes it! What a great mark there from Deer. He's tucked in the pocket to get Hawthorn back the quick response. So Deer now snaps on goal and draws it home. Great finish from Deer, and Hawthorn get 2 of the last 3 goals. That was a great mark there from Deer. Should have been better in the marking contest there, the Giants, but really good mark in the end. Well, that will give the young man a world of confidence, taking a mark who opposed to Sam Taylor. Got a bit unlucky there, Sam. I think his teammate actually got in the way, which gave the nice little run up there for Deer, but he'll take that. And a 13 points the difference now. Pretty quick game of footy in this second half. Riccardi slapped it forward. Free kick's been ripped out from the stoppage, and again it's going the Giants' way. I think they've had 3 in this early stages of the third quarter from the centre of the ground. So it looks like Ned Reeves has actually been subbed out of this game. So it must be through injury. That's why they're chucking second and third ruckman inside here, the Hawks. But they couldn't win it there. Frost fighting hard. O'Halloran wrapped up. Be a ball up. Tap down there from Riccardi. Slapped it forward. Daniels did well. Handball out to Angwin. Trying to work back onto his left. To Hogan, back to Angwin. He sets up for the big long finish. It goes long, but he just leaves it out to the left-hand side. So now Scrimshaw sends it long down the wing. Hogan up against Weddle. He brought it to ground. Did work well there, Newcomb. He should get a free kick for being held. He will. So Newcomb will get it here at half back. Newcomb in short to D'Ambrosio. So Hawthorn just going to work this one up slowly. So now Nash. He sends it long towards the 50. Oh, at the back is Deer again. He's in hot form. Well, he's growing in confidence by the minute. He sends it long to the top of the goal square. Chol couldn't take it out the back. And Ward professionally took it over. Hang on, Gunston claiming that it hit his toe. This may be looked at. So Callan Ward looked like he did it really professionally, knocked that through for a behind. But Jack Gunston claimed it flicked his toe. Oh, that's going to be close. I don't think they're going to overrule this. Or maybe he did. Oh, no, that's a goal. He got that down there, Jack Gunston. That's going to be a goal. That is actually brilliant from Jack Gunston. That will be a goal to Hawthorn, and they've got 2 in a few minutes. That is absolutely a goal from Jack Gunston. It's hit the bottom of his studs and rolled through. This will give him a new lease on life, the Hawks. Has to be a goal, surely. That's hit his foot. So it's going to be a goal to Jack Gunston. It's officially being called now, and the game's back to within 8 points. What a goal there from Jack Gunston. Callan Ward tried to tap it through on the last line of defence to be a rush behind, but Jack Gunston threw a boot at it. It skidded off the bottom of his boot and was gone through for a goal. Great signs and great showing there from Hawthorn, just to never let that ball die. Hang on, does that come off the post? Goal reviews are a waste of time at times. No, it doesn't hit the post. Sometimes they are, but at least I think that one was a fair call. The Jack Gunston's got 2. Sam Taylor been beaten in the past few minutes. He'll be dirty on himself for a couple of opportunities in this quarter. But Hawthorn are working their way back into it. Nash from the stoppage, tapped out. Warple tries to gather. O'Halloran trying to get it out of there, dove on it. Players scramble for it. Nash trying to drag it back in. Peatling got the ball forward. Dribbling ball towards centre half forward. Toby Green coming out like a steam train. Couldn't gather. Now Ginnivan tries to get a handball away. Was wrapped up. Toby Green on the left boot. Up and under ball for Jesse Hogan. He couldn't drag it down though. Tackled well there. I think it was D'Ambrosio from Bedford to be a ball up. In fact, it was Carl Amon who was tackled. No, it was Seamus Mitchell. From the stoppage, did well there. Hogan to get it to Green to the top of the goal square, rolling through, hits the post. Yeah, that is true. They've kicked, 3 straight goals now, Hawthorn, in this quarter. I mean, the other one, that Jack Gunston one, I don't really count the accuracy. That was just luck, but yeah, I agree with you, Brendan. Brandon. So now, Brown sends it long down the wing, good. In fact, it was Weddle who sent it out, sorry, and then cut off there by Himmelberg to lock it in. So 9 points to the margin. Hawthorn have got 3 goals in this term. Lucky one was the last one from Jack Gunston, but he'll take it. Sends it long to the pocket. Sicily at the back. Cadman trying to worry out of it. Did well to keep it in, but only momentarily. 9 points to the margin. So official confirmation that Ned Reeves has been subbed out of this game. Through injury, I believe. We'll have to see what that is, but he is out. And that means that Luke Bruce is into the game. So Hawthorn are going to have to scramble around for the ruck. But now at the moment, Bedford did well to O'Halloran, who snaps through his second. So the Giants with a quick reply. They needed that one because it just felt like Hawthorn were wrestling momentum. But a great goal there from O'Halloran. He snapped through 2 today. And he's been dangerous up in that final third. Ooh. So Hawthorn can still keep their finals hopes alive if they win today, but right now the Giants aren't going to let them take it easily. At the moment, the Giants are dominating through the middle of the ground. They've won a few free kicks to make it a little bit easier for them, though. Nash trying to change that narrative. He tries to get the kick forward. He did well. High ball. In front is Iden. Strong as always. Takes the mark. So Luke Bruce, yes, he is on the ground. He was in that marking contest. Got beaten well there by Iden. He works it sideways now to Himmelberg. And he can give it back to Iden here. Pad up a few of their statistics. That's where he's going to go. They'll lock him in on this commentary side here, the Hawks. Himmelberg about 5 metres in front of him. He says, not going to go there. I'm going to go long. Up in front there was Riccardi, couldn't gather, but O'Halloran again gives it off to Briggs, who almost dropped it. And now the Hawks can drive it forward through Sicily. Tumble punt in front was Peatling. Play onto the call. They link up through hands okay. Eventually with 3 handballs, it gets back to Peatling, who sends a long ball towards the centre square. Fist up there, couldn't bring it down. There was Day. At the back is Jaff. And here go the Hawks. Through they go. Nash to Warple. Low ball to half forward was nice to Gunston. He can give it back to Jaff. He tells the umpire end. That shouldn't have been 50. That shouldn't have been 50 though. Because Jack Gunston feigned the handball and that's when Sam Taylor moved. The rule is now that if you feign a handball, you don't get paid 50. Isn't that the rule? I thought that was the rule. Yeah, but you're not. Yeah, but if you feign a handball, you're allowed to move a little bit now. You get a little bit of a reprieve. I thought that was not goal, but anyway. Jack Gunston's been given with the free kick and the 50-metre penalty, and he nails the goal from straight in front, 15, 20 metres out, and Hawthorn back within 9 points. I just live bet under 155 points. Good or bad? Ooh. What's it, 95 now? Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a bad bet, but at the moment the game is starting to open up. Sam Taylor made a couple of errors in this third quarter. Sam Taylor not really impressed, but he kind of knew it. That something went wrong. Maybe it was just because he overextended on the mark there, Sam Taylor, rather than just like holding him off. Rather than just like accidentally moving, he tried to block it off. Maybe that's why it was called. I don't know. I mean, maybe that was there. But nonetheless, Hawthorn really starting to dominate in this third quarter. The Giants still have 2 of their own, but from the stoppage, Nash. Won it well, back to Day. Inside give, did well to McKenzie. Sends a check side, kick to half forward on the bounce. He tried to gather their deer, got worried out of it a little. Aaliyah gathers, locked up there by 3 Hawks, ball up. This game's started to come a lot more hotter in this third quarter. Game started to open up. We've already seen 6 goals in this quarter so far. Briggs up against Weddle, who's had to go on ruck. But now Jaff, breaking through a couple, ducking and weaving, gives it out to Day. He'll send a high ball forward, into that right forward pocket. Up went Deer again. He's been in hot marking form, couldn't mark there. D'Ambrosio, locked up in the pocket from the impossible angle. Oh, he almost hooked it back enough. It's through for a behind. Eight points the margin. Hawthorn are coming strong. Can the Giants respond here? So now the Giants can clear outside the defensive 50. Long kick for Daniel, who was strong and marked. So Brent Daniels wants to go. Sends a high ball towards the wing. One-on-one here is Riccardi. Worried out of it there by Sicily. Bedford tackled almost without it, but dragged it back in. He got free kick for a hold, though. So Bedford will get the free kick here. Forward half of the wing. Giants have been able to respond pretty quickly from Hawthorn goals in this quarter. He sends it long to the pocket. Up went Hardwick. Brought it to ground. Ward, in fact, ricocheted off of Ginnivan's foot. Now to bounds. Looks like Ginnivan's working high up the field at the moment. Wouldn't see him very often in the back pocket. So it's 8 points to the margin. 10 minutes 16 on the clock in this third quarter. Hawthorn have led the quarter, but don't have the territory battle. Giants have won 8 inside 50s to 6 in this third term, but Hawthorn have looked a lot more potent. Briggs takes it out of the ruck. Really needs to start dominating in that battle. Did well there, Green. Peatling left it for him. He gets it back. And now Callahan, can he work it back? No, he can't. So back to 9 points. So Sicily will take the kick in here. We're just ticked into the 10th minute mark, or 10 minutes to go in this third quarter. So now Sicily sends it long. Weddle went up, just couldn't drag it down. Briggs wrapped up, ball up. So Briggs obviously has a huge mismatch up against Weddle in the ruck, who's had to take the top ruck role now since Ned Reeves coming off at half-time. Briggs slaps it forward. D'Ambrosio trying to gather, was held without it there. Should get a free kick and he will. So Toby Green gives away the free kick. D'Ambrosio will take it. He's having a good game so far, Massimo D'Ambrosio. Back now to Seamus Mitchell, and he'll work it back to D'Ambrosio. So D'Ambrosio just padding his stats a little bit. Not nice to see. Just going to hold it up a bit here, the Hawks, and he's going to work it back to the back pocket to Sicily. So they don't have to go too quickly here, the Hawks. They can just slow this down a little bit. They know they've got a bit of momentum in this third term. Sicily setting up for the long ball down the outer wing. In fact, he's going central. Up went Aaliyah. Great mark. We thought Weddle was going to come across and take that mark, but Aaliyah was strong. Back to Nick Haynes. And he works it across now to Whitfield. So at the moment, the Giants just not having that run on the game like they did in the first half. Ward has it here in front of the interchange gates. Sends it back inside as someone in the crowd called someone hopeless. I couldn't really hear it, so play on. At the moment, Warple has it. He can work a kick long, and they have a little bit of overlap here, the Hawks. Deere takes it and gives it immediately to Ginnivan, who stepped back inside. Broke the ankles of Haynes. He can send a long ball into the forward 50. Couldn't take the mark there. Bruce Iden did really well. Bedford gives it to Callahan, and now Whitfield. The Giants do really well. Great scrambling defence there. And now they can truly go. Angwin to Thomas. Works his short to the captain in green, who played on. Outside kick was okay. Hit up Riccardi. The great work there from the Giants. Iden did really well. Bruce just lost his feet. Just lost his footing there. But great work. And now Whitfield has it centre wing out of the side. Kick towards Green. Play on's the call. It's a dangerous kick, but Whitfield dove back in, got it out. To Green, who sends it long. Top of the goal square for Cadman. Couldn't mark. Dangerous times here for the Hawks. Daniel snatches it. Couldn't get the handball away. Weddle. Got a handball clear to Frost. Mitchell. And now Impey pushes, he kicked it. It will run out of bounds. Don't pay it. Oh, in fact, it's a free kick to Impey. Although they're going to pay a free kick fucking for insufficient intent. But it's going to be a free kick back to Impey, who was pushed as he kicked it. Yeah, it was a... Oh, I mean, it is probably a push, but, I mean, was it in the back? It was probably a little bit close. So aim on, and now the Hawks have it on the outer side through D'Ambrosio. Goes to the long kick. It's nice today. He's got a handball option on the outer side, and now the Hawks can link up and go. McKenzie just trades water for a moment. Sends it inside the forward 50. Brought it down with Deere, and again the Giants can run on the counter. Callahan, Daniels, feign the give. Let players pass him and works it forward now to Toby Green. Toby Green, usually a good decision maker, and that was brilliant. Great little kick over the top. And a chance here for Riccardi, who's been pretty quiet today, to get the Giants a little bit more breathing space. He had a big game a couple of weeks ago against the Cats, Riccardi. Hasn't been cited much today, though. So Jake Riccardi, this is a pretty tough kick. And he's hooked it across the face, and in fact, he's hit the point post. It's out on the full. So 6 minutes still to go in this third quarter. Hawthorn have kicked 4 goals in it to the Giants 2. They've won the quarter. They've brought back a 19-point deficit at halftime, back to 9. So now Sicily goes long down the wing. 2-on-1 here, the Giants way. Himmelberg, 1, 2, 3. Hit the ground, though. McKenzie wrapped up by Briggs. And you don't want to get caught by this man too many times. Ball up. Briggs was ready to chuck him to ground, but did well. Didn't throw him to ground and give away a free. Back in the ruck. Briggs taps it down. And now the Hawks can link up through Day, but wrapped up by Peatling and taken out of bounds. So 5:53 on the clock. Briggs tried to fist it forward, trying to take real advantage of that battle. Green couldn't gather. Wrapped up there was Daniels. Warple tried to pick up the one glove, and then Tom Green escorted out of the boundary. So back, umpire throws it in again. Briggs just manhandles Weddle, play on Callahan. Got a handball clear. They get it forward, but the numbers are with Hawthorn here through Amon, who gets on his left boot, long ball. Mabior Chol did well. Great bone-crunching tackle from Mabior. But he's given away the free. I thought that was pretty well done, but Jacob Ware will get the free kick here on the commentary wing. Works it back inside to Whitfield, wasn't 15. Chipping ball was nice to half forward now for Daniels, who can give off the handball to Callahan. The rosy-cheeked assassin. Can he fire from 50? Can't. Had some opportunities in this third quarter, the Giants, to just wrestle back the momentum, but they've missed a few chances. 10 points again now. The Hawks have it on the outside, but now the Giants can recover through Iden. Back to Haynes. And he went to go back to switch it, but it just has to come back now. It works it short. And defensive side of the wing now, the Giants have it with Whitfield. So now Whitfield sends a high ball towards half forward. Brown pushed under it a little bit too easily there, and Sicily will take it. Sicily working into this game a lot in his third term, though. He's going to send it long towards centre half forward for Chol. Got at the back. Haynes should get there first. Pressure times. Gives it off to Taylor. He gave away the handball, but he's turned it over. Went back for the tackle. Warple will get taken down. Ball up. About 60. Oh, he's been pinned. I don't know about that. So Ware will get the free kick here. Centre half back. So why was that paid? So Warple, he went to go fend. I guess. I think it's tough, though. Turnover, though. Going into the middle of the ground. Jaff just couldn't mark it, but now they have the numbers through Warple. He goes long. Hawthorn have a 3-on-1 inside the set. Forward 50. Bruce takes the mark. Gives it off to Ginnivan. He feigned the give. Gave it off to McDonald. Who can run into the open goal. And the Hawks are back within a goal. Here they come. So the Giants right now are at breaking strain in this third quarter. Hawthorn are hot. And right now, there's not much that the Giants are really doing that much wrong, but Hawthorn just on the better of the last 10 or so minutes. They did that well there, Hawthorn. I know people could say that Ginnivan made them, was just holding on to it, trying to get a goal there, but I think he did it brilliantly. He drew the opponent so that McDonald could just run through for an easy goal. So right now the Giants really needing a goal late, but right now the Hawks with all the run. Day out the back to Warple, who can send a high ball forward. 3.5 minutes to play. Who's going to get there? Haynes spoils it away from Bruce. It runs outside the defensive 50. And the Giants can go here. Daniels missed the give, though, to Newcomb. And now they can work it forward through McDonald, who can get 2 in a minute. But that was smart. That was class. And hit up Charles straight in front. 30 metres out. And a chance here for the Hawks to take the lead late in the third quarter. Great work there from Newcomb. Great work there from the young Hawks. McDonald could have blazed away and gone for a second in a minute, but he set it up for the hot hand, Mabior Chol. So Chol, he's kicked the 1 today. Only had the 6 touches, 6 marks, but he's had way more influence on this game than the stat sheets show. So Chol, again with that slow approach. The nonchalant movement of Mabior Chol on full display. Hawks are in front. Well, in the first half, they kicked 2 goals, 7, the Hawks. This quarter, they've kicked 6 goal, 1. It truly shows if you take your chances, you're going to be much better off in this game. So Hawthorn with 3 in a row. Break in front. 2.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. The young Hawks are starting to rise. Can the Giants bring them back to earth? Briggs slaps it forward. He really needs to start taking control in there. Trying to gather it. There was Nash Day. Run over it. Now Tom Green in and under. Probably got a high one. Play on. Daniels wrapped up well. Both teams fighting hard for the footy. Who's going to get it out of there? Warple extracts it well. McDonald couldn't get rid of it. Day worried out of it. In and under. Did well there, Daniels. Whitfield, Angwin, saw a teammate over the top in Toby Green who can gather. Day about to track him down. Green got a kick away forward on the bounce. Awkward play, but eventually rolls out of bounds half forward here for the Giants. 2 minutes in this third quarter. So Briggs tried to slap it forward. Socked forward again from O'Halloran. 1-on-1. Scrimshaw pushed out of it. They have numbers here, Hawthorn though. Frost got a kick away. It was dangerous, but Warple can gather and go. He sends it long. No, it was smothered. Good effort. Warple still fighting hard as always. Gives it out to Newcomb. And the Hawks get another one late here. The kick out wide was good. Hits up more. He's got an option over the top. It's a good kick. About 40 metre one to Gunston. So now Jack Gunston did well. Smart there. Gives it back to Sicily, who can send it long for the launch. The launch pad of Sicily, long for Deer. Brought it to ground. Taylor, worried out of it. No, did really well there, Sam Taylor. So, umpire will throw this one in. Minute 18 on the clock in this third quarter. Forward pocket for the Hawks. They would absolutely love another one here. 6 goals, 1 in this third quarter to Hawthorn, 2 goals, 4 to the Giants. They've taken control. The brown and gold. Warple extracts it well to Bruce, who's done this his whole career. Gives it out to Dylan Moore. Great smother from Sam Taylor. Signed a new contract in the week, and that was brilliant. Shows why he earns the big bucks, Sam Taylor. Minute 6 on the clock. Third term. What a last quarter this one sets up to be. Briggs tried to shove Nash under it. Briggs gets a boot to it. It's going to go to Jaff. He takes the mark. He's about 45 metres out. Toughish angle. Can he live up to the moment? He's already kicked one today. CJ, can he get another one here? Briggs just had to gather the ball. He couldn't kick it away. It was such a dangerous spot for the ball to land in. And now Jaff, he's had 7 touches today. He's kicked the goal. He's been dangerous off that half-back line. Can he kick a big goal? He was missed earlier in the season. But CJ can draw this one back. Hits the post. Big opportunity goes begging late for the Hawks. 3 points the margin. 16 seconds left. So dangerous times again for the Giants. Can Hawthorn get a late one? Couldn't grab it there, Thomas. Fighting hard, there was Day. Hardwick tries to get it forward, but now Callahan out the back. The Giants can clear. And there's your siren for three-quarter time. So what a last quarter we have here down in Tassie. Hawthorn fought right back and took the lead late in the third quarter. In a three-quarter time, they lead by 3 points. Hawthorn 8-9-57 to the Giants 8-6-54.
Oh, my back.
So who are we thinking wins from here, guys? Who are we thinking? Is it Hawthorn who can keep on running away with it, or do you think the Giants will fight their way back? It's so hard. Because you would think there's going to be a lot of things that have to go their way. The Giants get back into it, but they also have had the bye as well, which may help them in the last quarter. I don't know. This sets up for a big goal, finish this game. What? Stupid thing. I don't fucking know. Cracking game. Hawks win, and I'm 0-3. Hawks, I think, win. Yeah, I've tipped them, so I'd be thrilled if they went on to win this game because I kind of need the tip, but I don't know anymore. Something I shouldn't have. I think it's a hard round of tipping. Yeah, I mean, Richmond beating Adelaide, I don't think many people saw that coming at all. Especially at home for the Crows. But yeah, anyway. Let's get to the last quarter. So from the stoppage, Newcomb now can send it long here for Hawthorn. One-on-one inside the forward 50 for Chol. Sam Taylor was beaten past it. Chol works back onto it. So is Taylor. Chol, good gather. Handball inside was well to Warple, who sends it from just inside the forward 50 across the body, and Weddle He's been sent into the ruck in this last quarter. Goes back with the flight and takes a big grab. Can Hawthorn get off to the perfect start here? Josh Weddle, he's the future of this club. But for now, he can get the fire started for the Hawks. He comes around the body, snaps it through. They lead by 9, the Hawks. They're going to be hard to beat. So Hawthorn have been hot since half-time. They've started to hit the scoreboard. They've started to look a lot more dangerous. And right now, the Giants, they're definitely a breaking strain. Still heaps of time in this one, but the Giants just need to find something. Briggs slapped it out, and Toby Green will handball forward. Bouncing ball, tried to gather. There was Peatling, was held without it. He'll get the free. McMullen, actually, in fact, he's came onto the ground after see who's been subbed out. But he's going to send it long to the top of the goal square. Hogan's there. Riccardi as well brought it to ground. O'Halloran, what a pick-up snap on goal. He's been brilliant today. He's got 3. Giants are back in this one. Don't count them out just yet. That was a great roving goal there from Xavier O'Halloran. What a grab. Grabbed it with the one hand, got it to his boot really quickly, gave no defender an opportunity to get anywhere near that one, O'Halloran. Brilliant work. Gathered, stepped away from one, snapped on goal. He's got 3. And all of his goals have been snaps, so he's been really dangerous up forward today. Toby Green's been pretty well held. Daniels hasn't had much impact, neither has Bedford, but O'Halloran gives him a chance. So it's back to 3 points. Setting up for a grandstand finish today. So back in the middle, Briggs got a tap away, Green. He's going to send a high ball. Again, the Giants can get this one forward. Hits the ground. Who's going to get there? Sicily. Got a handball only just away. Bedford couldn't gather. Good tackle. Locked him up. That was McMullen. Drags him the ground ball up. Briggs up against Weddle. He's stood tall today, Weddle, but down from the stoppage. Again, it's O'Halloran for 4! For 4! Oh, yeah! He's standing up on the big stage, Xavier O'Halloran. And they're back in front, the Giants. What a goal from O'Halloran. He's brought this team back to life. James Sicily just didn't read the moment. He'll have to look at that one on the Monday film, but that's just unfortunate. That was a great read from O'Halloran. Someone needs to go stand aside this man. He's single-handedly trying to get his team over the line. He's kicked 2 in a minute, and the Giants have strangled back the lead. We've seen 3 goals in the space of, a minute and a half of actual game time in this game. Jesus, this game's going to run hot. Briggs taps it down. Newcomb did well to get it out. Shoveled it out to Warple and now Nash. They can work this through hands here nicely, the Hawks. It ends up with Moore from outside 50. He's got an option in the pocket. He goes to the veteran in Bruce. So Luke Bruce, he's been a veteran of this club for so long. He's come from the young rookie list to becoming one of the instrumental players in their premiership years. And now is teaching the new generation. So Luke Bruce, he comes in. He stood up in these big moments before. And he stands up again. Game on, Hawks back in front. Great work there from the Hawks through the middle of the ground. And Dylan Moore, great use to find Luke Bruce. And Luke Bruce, as he's pretty much done his whole career, kicks big goals. It's been a high-scoring last quarter. We've gone less than 2.5 minutes of actual game time in this last quarter. We've seen 4 goals in it. Could be a 100-100 game at this point. Tap down from Briggs. Couldn't gather it there. Was Green. And now Day extracts it well. Gives it off to Nash. He'll send it long once again. 1-on-1. And drags it down, dear! What a brilliant grab! Couple of players telling him to take it back. Take your time. Good to see. But an opportunity now for Hawthorn to take back a 9-point lead, which they had earlier in the quarter. What a big moment here for the young man in Kalshadir. He's had a good day. He's taken some big clunking marks. But this is for the biggest opportunity of the game. Biggest moment. He goes long. And it's touched. Oh, Chol had him in air! Oh, he almost kicked it. Just missed. Chol was like, I haven't got time to grab it, boys. I'm just going to throw my boot at it. And he almost steered it home. So 4 points for margin. How you doing, Nithindu Fernando? So now Aaliyah will send it long down the wing. Hogan tried to gather, couldn't do so. Daniels, they read it well through hands. Try to get rid of it there. Briggs was locked up quickly. Got a tap out now to Hogan. Jams it, boots the ball quickly. High up and under option. Toby Green making a free kick here. He won't. Frost takes the mark. He's got Sicily in short. He's got Jaff about 35 in front of him. Terrible kick. Read that like a book there, Angwin. Thomas, inside give. Now the Giants can get the quick response. Daniels wasn't the greatest option. Riccardi grabbed it well. Handball to Peatling was a bit hot. Should have gathered it though. He broke the tackle. Handball out to Daniels from 50. Sends it towards goal. Oh, he's just missed. It's marked on the line from Jarman Impey. Goes short. That's gone 4 metres, umpire. Oh, my God. How did he not see that? The length of the goal square is 9 metres. That didn't even go that far. Anyway. Impey now has it back. You said my name, I'm crying. Sorry. So now Impey sends it long. 2-on-1. Going back with the flight was Moore. Just couldn't take the mark down. He's gone back in and got it out of there. Riccardi, Ginnivan, someone's got to get it out of that area. Did well there, Moore. Gathered it cleanly, gives it back to Ginnivan, who's going to send it wide. Iden stands under it, couldn't mark. Iden spilled the mark there in the crucial moment, and it goes out of bounds. Heaps of time left in this last quarter. We've got 15 minutes still to play. We've seen 4 goals in the space of 2.5, and now the game's at a standstill. It's okay, all good there. Riccardi slaps it forward. Peatling held, just couldn't get rid of it. Newcomb breaks away. Hawthorn look faster in this last quarter. McKenzie inside give. More. Now Ginnivan. He's got an option at centre half forward. He says he's going longer than that. Hawthorn 2-on-1 in long. Kalshadir couldn't mark. Chol. Smart little tap. Oh, the backhand. Oh, it was a throw. That was brilliant from Chol. He just scooped it a little bit and it's a throw. This game has turned into an absolute arm wrestle. What a game we've seen in the second half. The Giants want to rebound quickly though. Towards Cadman, couldn't mark. O'Halloran back to Ward. Sends it down towards centre forward, but it's all Hawthorn. Say your name again, Nathindu Fernando. So now they can work it up nicely here, the Hawks. Wants to send it long. It's a tumble punt. Deer in front, couldn't mark. Himmelberg did well. Aaliyah taken high. So Chol, a little bit overzealous there. Gave away the free. How was that not holding the ball? Not high, sorry. That should have been high. Oh, whatever. Umpire must have missed it. Riccardi slaps it down. Nash socking it forward. Aaliyah went in and under, trying to look for a high one. Nash did pretty well there. Riccardi won it down. Newcomb trying to break through. Good tackle from Aaliyah. Somehow got a handball away to Moore, who spilled it out. Danger signs. Great tackle from Riccardi, though. He locked him down, holding the footy. Oh, no, it was a ball up. Okay, ball up. Riccardi slaps it down to Tom Green, who didn't really look when he gave the handball, but it worked out okay. Thomas got his handball smothered. Callahan, they did okay here, the Giants. Now Iden slaps it into space, did brilliantly. They can stream through the middle of the ground. O'Halloran with the hot hand, works it inside 50. Great read from Hardwick. And here they go, the Hawks. Works it out wide to Gunston, who can mark and go. They've got a little bit of overlap here, Hawthorn. Over the top to Weddle. He waits for a moment. Doesn't want to waste it. Weddle now can send it long from 55 towards 60. He's going to go all the way! Oh, Josh Weddle goes bang! Hawthorn are out by 10. They are going to be so hard to beat. They had to have representation down on the goal square there, the Giants. They had to get back quicker than that. You subbed. Cheers, man. I appreciate that. 10 points the margin. Giants have been able to fight back in this last quarter, but Hawthorn just keep on standing up to the moment. Oh no, Diaz touched it. Oh no. Diaz stopped a goal there from Hawthorn. What a moment. So it's been called a behind. Deer on the goal line has touched his own teammate's goal. So it's 5 points to the margin. That is a big moment in this game. I don't think he knew where he was standing, but oh, that's so unlucky. 5 points the difference. Giants live to see another day. So now Himmelberg going to send it long down the commentary side wing. Nash in front spoiled it. Warple a little bit too hot for him, so he did want to get it out the back to Frost. Gave it a long handball. Just too hot for Mitchell. Worried out of it. Peatling, dangerous handball out the back, and Day locks down his opponent brilliantly. So just outside of the forward 50 for Hawthorn. Riccardi slaps it to space, but now Warple can gather. Sends a dangerous ball inside the forward 50, but Ward will mark. There's heaps of time in this game. Just under 13 minutes to play. Ward, low kick was nice to Bedford. Who wants to go? Handball on the bounce. Did okay there to Himmelberg. He can send a low ball out wide. That's okay. They can work this up nicely here, the Giants. Cadman wants to send it long. 2-1 in Hawthorn's favour. But they have the numbers on the ground, and Angwin kicks it through. The Giants are back in front. What a turnaround in this game. Down the other end, the Hawks had a certain goal accidentally overturned there by Cal Shadir, who touched it on the goal line. And now overturned down the other end. The Giants make them pay. Hawthorn looked like they won that one-on-one there with Frost, but the Giants just had everyone on the ground. They had Hogan in the marking contest, then Thomas and Angwin right and left side of that marking contest, and in the end, Angwin reaps the spoils. So the Giants in the last quarter against the Cats a few weeks ago got dominated but held on for a big win. Can they do it again? From the stoppage, McMullen got a handball away, but Day was taken high end in the back. Neither were paid. Wrapped up there was Nash, got the handball away to Moore, trying to get it out of there, ball up. You got $15 on this? Sorry, Nick. It's a bit of a tough one to call at this stage. We'll have to wait and see. Weddle won it down, immediately wrapped up there. Warple by Peatling, ball up again. So still 12 minutes left. Heaps of time left in this one. Weddle tried to spike it forward. McDonald tried to do the same. Hits the ground. Great pickup from McDonald. He's streaming inside the 50. He said Whitfield, eat my dust as he drives it through. The Hawks are back in front. What a game of footy we have here. What a goal from McDonald! He's a player of the future, but right now he's a superstar on the field. Great work here from McDonald. He read that give. He saw Whitfield. He said, I've got you covered, and kicked it truly. Running at full tilt, kicked a big goal. This game has been pretty tight from the outset. The Giants did take a 19-point lead throughout early in the third quarter, but other than that, it's been a tight game all round. I've got a $40 return on this. All right, Nick, for your sake, I hope you get it. From a tap down, Briggs. He'll get it forward once again. Bouncing ball, good gather from O'Halloran. Good lock up from Impey. What a tackle! Jarman Impey locked his hand down and he said, you're not getting rid of this one. Stands up in the big moments there, Jarman Impey. So he sends it long, half forward for Weddle, who went up. Briggs did well to bring it to ground. Now Iden stepped inside, did brilliantly. Angwin turned it over. Great read from Amon. He gets the 1-2. Gives it off to Weddle. He went back inside. He's going to send it long. High ball. Who's going to get there? Across! Was Moore. Couldn't gather though. Couldn't take the mark. And now Callahan to Ware, who clears it. But it's going to be coming back. Hardwick takes the mark. Short ball to McDonald. I'll go for the Sydney Swans, man. Terrible kick, but he couldn't take the mark there, Angwin. Amon. He turned and bouncing ball forward. Can he gather Callahan? He did well to cover the bounce. And now they can go on the counter. Terrible handball to Bedford. McDonald locked him up and he'll get a high free kick. Went a little bit overzealous there, McDonald. It's been reversed though. Another reverse free kick against the Giants. They've done it. That's the second time today. That's shooting yourself completely in the foot. And Hawthorn have the free kick now through McDonald. Wants to switch it. Mitchell. Half forward now is McKenzie on the outer side. Boo. Oh, sorry. McKenzie, low ball inside the forward 50. You get cut off here by Whitfield. Heaps of time left in this game, but it just feels like the next goal is going to be massive. Whitfield goes long with the kick. Great mark. Going up there, Hogan. Wants to go inside. Decided better not to. Hogan. He's going to kick it inside towards Tom Green. Has to be tough over this, and he was. Brilliant in the first half. Tom Green's been a little bit quieter in this second. So we've ticked under 10 minutes to go in this game. Slow approach here from the Giants. They want to switch it again. Iden out the back to Himmelberg. Defensive side of the wing will work central. Short ball to Peatling. They don't want to bomb away here to the likes of Sicily. They're just going to slow approach with this one. Whitfield. He's the last line here for the Giants. Everyone else in front of him here, Lockie Whitfield. So he's just going to send it up high. Briggs is the hope. Can't drag it down. Did well there, Weddle. Now clearing ball from Will Day. Will go towards the boundary line. The umpire will call this. Yep. Got a bit unlucky, but I thought they were going to pay that. Himmelberg will get the free kick. So Himmelberg directs it. He's going to go long once again. He sets it up. Low ball inside the forward 50. Impey, tough as always, got a spoil onto it. And out of bounds it goes. 9 minutes, locked up in the Giants forward 50. They've been able to respond in this last quarter. The Giants, can they keep on responding? Take the lead back. Weddle in the ruck against Briggs. Briggs pushed him under it, but it ricochets now to Newcomb, who couldn't grab it cleanly. McMullen puts him under pressure. Warple locked up by two Giants. One of them is Hogan. And ball up on the 50 here for the Giants. 8:57 on the clock. Briggs takes it out of the ruck. Handballs it forward to space. Who's going to get there? O'Halloran's been dangerous in this last quarter. He threw that out and he's gone. Great work there from Will Day. He's had a brilliant afternoon. Starts getting a little bit darker now at Utah's Stadium. Who will go on to win this one? Hawthorn are standing up in the big moments, but the Giants have been able to respond in this last quarter. Day, up and under ball towards the wing. Did well there, Weddle. Runs out of bounds. So right now, Briggs in the ruck, up against Weddle. Hey, I think Weddle's done brilliantly in the ruck in this second half. Against a much bigger opponent, he's done really well. Warple gets it out of the stoppage, but it's going to be turned over almost. Going in and under there was Ware. He gets locked up. Where's the ball gone? It's wrapped up about 6 different players. Ball up in the centre, almost centre circle here of UTAS Stadium. Even territory. Ball up again. Briggs try to take it out of the ruck. Great tackle from Weddle. Should have been pinned. Play on. Did well then D'Ambrosio. Got the 1-2. Out the back to Newcomb. He can give and go. Here goes Impey. Streaming forward. Goes long into the pocket. Out the back. Couldn't mark Bruce. Play on. Gunston up against Taylor. Did well there. Sam Taylor professionally pushed him over the line. Who's big opportunity here for the Hawks to take it out take it over a goal margin. Dangerous times here for the Giants. Day, Bruce, Moore. Who's going to run through this stoppage? Here goes Day. Got a handball out. Couldn't get rid of it there, McDonald. Warple. Good tackle on Himmelberg. Got a handball away. McMullen fumbled. Got rid of it though. Briggs sends it outside the defensive 50. Danger spot. Went up. Spoiled forward, but only goes as far as Tom Green, who clears it into the middle of the ground. Great work from Sicily against Hogan. Wanted it more. Gives it out the back to Amon, who works as a half forward. Great kick to McDonald. In fact, it's Weddle. So now Josh Weddle takes his time. He's going to send it. Oh, he did a little dance step around Briggs. He's got him covered on the leg speed. Sends it to the top of the goal square. Coming across. Couldn't mark Himmelberg. Goes to ground more. Locked up. Ball up. Forward pocket here for the Hawks. Taylor did well with the scrambling defence, but real danger signs now. Briggs takes it out of the... Just pushes Weddle out of the ruck. Fists it away. Locked up. From the stoppage. Kick towards goal. Goes wide. I think that was McDonald. It was. And it's an even 1-goal game. The Lizard. I thought that was Nick Blakey. How you doing, Hookstagram? 1 kick in it. Yep. So now Iden gives it back to Whitfield. Works the kick in short. Almost marked it there, Hogan. Great pressure from Sicily. Taylor locked up. And the Hawks won't let him out. 6:48. Heaps of time left. But Hawthorn are fighting strong at the moment. Tap down from Briggs. Newcomb couldn't gather. Clearing ball here from Tom Green. Up and under effort. Sicily in front. Brought it to ground. Couldn't gather cleanly there, Thomas. Tries to extract it there. Warple did well. Weddle tried to get into his move, then let the ball go. Ball up. 6:31. Briggs taps it down. Trying to break out a handball. Did well there, Daniels. Callahan. They can work it nicely here, the Giants. Ware. And now Himmelberg can get it started. Works it out wide. Good kick to Riccardi. He turns. He doesn't really have a lot of options, so he's just going to send it high and long. Impey in the hot spot. He goes up. Did well there, Bedford, to bring it to ground, but McDonald read it well. And he sends it back down that wing. Did well there, Bruce. Couldn't gather Bedford. In fact, it's Peatland. Dragged down. Got a kick away only just. Bedford. Handball over the top to O'Halloran, who tapped it forward. He's off the hot hand. Riccardi out the back to Tom Green. He went one way. Ducked in the middle of him. Now McMullen from 55. Smart play. Works it out wide. And now Riccardi takes the mark just inside forward 50. He'll have to kick just over 50 metres to get this home. 5:41 on the clock. To get the scores level, can Riccardi kick a big goal? So now Riccardi winds up for the big moment. He's going to hook it across the face. It won't make the distance. Fisted away, Briggs. And it goes through for a rush behind. 5 points to the margin. 5:18 on the clock. So now Amon will clear it as far as he can on this commentary side wing. Hawks have the numbers. Weddle overrun it though. Ware. Hamill at the back to Whitfield. Himmelberg. Shrug one tackle did well. McMullen the sub. He breaks into some space. Ball inside 50. Marked! It's marked by O'Halloran. Just inside the forward 50. He's kicked 4 goals today. He's given his team a hope in this last quarter. And a chance here for his 5th. So Xavier O'Halloran, he's been everything for the Giants today. He's been a forward, he's been a mid. Can he take his moment? From outside 50, O'Halloran drives it long. He's hooked it to the right. In the goal squares, Riccardi! Drags down a big mark. And can the Giants take the lead back? So Riccardi, he snaps on goal, and he kicks it through. To the boos of the crowd, the Giants are back in front. What a hot last quarter this has been. Lived up to all expectations this game. Riccardi's had a pretty quiet day, but he takes his moment. We still have 4 minutes on the clock. Heaps of time left in this one. Bounces down and now cleared forward from Briggs. The Giants get it long. In front was Riccardi. He's had a few moments. Couldn't take that one. Peatling did really well in the number. There was more. Ricochets out more. Almost got a high one. Did okay. Rolls out now for Nash, who socketed it forward. Maybe under the legs. Play on. Spills out now for Peatling. He sends it into the pocket. In front was Riccardi. Did well there, Hardwick. And now Amon. Free kick's been ripped out. And it's going to go Riccardi's way. This would almost see off the game. Hardwick did everything to try and get to that ball. Unfortunately, just dragged the arm of Jake Riccardi, and he can be the hero here. It's a tough kick. But now Riccardi has the opportunity to give his team a 7-point margin. How big a moment this is. He's hooked it across the face. He's missed everything. That's a terrible kick from Riccardi. The one thing it does do is lock it in, but that was a terrible kick. Three minutes left. The one thing it did do, it's probably better than a behind, but a goal would have probably sealed it. Still 3 minutes left. Inside the Giants forward 50. Briggs at the back, only as far as Day, who has his time, and sends it long and wide. Elia in the hot spot, couldn't get there. Chol did well, but it gets out the back. Great smother on the Whitfield kick, and the Hawks lock it up. Briggs tried to tap it away. Weddle did well. Got a handball out to Ginnivan. He's got Jaff. He looked for the high one there, Ginnivan, and he got it. So now Ginnivan can send it long. Chol's the hope. 3-on-1. Great work from Nick Haynes. He's been doing it his whole career. Takes a big intercept mark. And the Giants can just take their time. Taylor. 2:21 on the clock. Back to Whitfield. Hawthorn have to man up now. Whitfield sends it down the wing. In the hot spot is Jaff. Couldn't take the mark. Ginnivan. At the back, Scrimshaw jams it on the boot forward. In front, Whitfield couldn't mark. Great tackle from Deere. Green couldn't get a handball away. Newcomb looking for the high one, and he's going to get it. 2 minutes on the clock. Newcomb has the free kick. He wheels and goes. Here's the opportunity for Hawthorn. He sends it long. Charles the hope. It gets out the back for more. Can he get boot to ball? He almost got tackled without it, but it spills through for a behind. Scores are level. .139 on the clock. 79-79. They started level. They may finish level at this point. Himmelberg will take the kick in. You know he's going to go high and long. Which way is the question? He's going to go commentary side. Will they try and go for the win, or will they try to save a draw? He's going to go for the win. He goes long. Briggs is up. Brought down. Hawks have their chance. D'Ambrosio at the back to Impey. Towards half forward. Sicily takes the mark just outside 50. He's probably too far out to score. Minute 20 on the clock. Sicily going to wind up. Sends it long. In the pocket. Free kick. Sicily's been taken down. But wait a minute. What's happened here? So Sicily's been taken down from the kick. It was from Tom Green. And it looks like it's going to be in the pocket here. So it's a free kick in the pocket here for Luke Bruce. What a massive call in this game. I don't think that's a free kick. Fuck me. So Luke Bruce, the veteran. Minute 13 on the clock. If he kicks this, the Giants still have a chance to get one back. If he misses this, the Giants get the football. Luke Bruce in the pocket. He's done it his whole career and stands up to the moment. Hawks in front by a goal. I don't like that one bit, to be honest. I'm not going to say Sicily dived. I don't think that's the case, but I don't like that that's being called. Like, so late in the game, that is not much in that whatsoever. That's like half a millisecond off of being a bump on the kick. But with a minute to go, Hawthorn have the lead. Back in the middle. Briggs taps it down. Green gets it off the ground forward. On the bounce, Jaff gathered it well. Handball at the back to Impey, who'll send it down the wing. Giants have the numbers though. Haynes can rocket it forward. Great tackle from Deere. Locked it down. And that may be it. The crowd rise. And Hawthorn, I think they've got this one. Jaff has it. 30 seconds left. Outer wing. 30 seconds. Fernando. So now Jaff sends it long. Taylor couldn't mark. Angwin got a kick away towards half back though. Couldn't mark there. Newcomb. Moore dug it out of there. Scrambles it forward. Along the ground. Out of bounds. Ball in. I think they've got it, Hawthorn. There's 9 seconds left. They've got it locked in their forward 50. Umpire throws it in. Briggs tried to win it out of the contest. Socketed it away. 4 seconds left. Up in the air. The Hawks have won a big one. They've won 4 in a row. And they're the team to watch in 2024. What a win for the brown and gold. Are the glory days only a few moments away? What a win from Hawthorn. They were challenged in this last quarter, but they've reaped the spoils. 4 in a row for Sam Mitchell's side. And they may be finals bound this year. Don't count them out, the young Hawks. In the end, the final scores, guys, 12-13, 85 to the Hawks. They win in the end against the Giants by 6 points. 12-7, 79. What a win by Hawthorn in the end. What a win by Hawthorn in the end. After losing their first 5 games of the season, people were questioning if they were going to be the team that we were expecting at the start of the year. but they've beaten some big teams in the last 8 weeks, and see themselves now in 12th spot on the AFL ladder. They've won 5 of their past 6 as well. Oh no, they didn't win in the last 4. They've won the last 3. I don't know why I thought it was their last 4. And right now the Giants as well. They played brilliantly today, but at the moment, that may cost them going through now. The Gold Coast, big game against the Saints tonight. Collingwood and Melbourne as well play against each other on Monday. So right now the Giants could see themselves out of the 8 by the end of the round. Thank God last time they played at the venue it was a draw in 2017. Yeah, it was a good game of footy though. Well, it could have been if it wasn't for that free kick downfield. Who knows? But great win from Hawthorn in the end. All right, guys, I'm ending the stream there. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. I really do appreciate it. New video essay is actually going to be coming out Tuesday, not Monday, of course, because of the King's birthday clash. So we may stream one more game this week. It'll probably be that Monday game, if any of them. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate the support on the channel. Like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. Thank you, and we will catch you all next time.